Hey, this is Ash. This is my show today. And we are episode 52. And which got brought to my attention is it's going to be technically our 1 year anniversary. That is my phone going off because I'm an idiot and have not turned that off. Like I said, I'm at God damn, I am Ash. Who else? I don't like when we say who else do we have today because we are the so today, today, um, let's go in order. Who do we have today? I know I said I hated it, but it's the only thing that came to mind right now. Luis?
Hi, I'm Luis.
Hi, I'm Carmen.
What's going on, everybody? It's Esteban.
And I'm Andres.
And again, almost did the wild stallion thing, but I'm holding on to not doing that shit. So today we're gonna have games. Today we're gonna have a lot of fun stuff. I didn't know it was 52, but I'm trying to make it more fun than it's gonna be in my head. But we're just gonna go with how we go. Before we start though, Heavyweight had brought up in a comment a thing we reference in where a guy goes, hey, hey, and then we said that our homie Marvin used to do that. Or we made up scenarios in which he would say that. And in that time, he has left us. So I do want to do a shot. He is somebody that helped me move several times, even when it was only him. He was a person that, as I was training in my job, all the managers, everybody would be busy, and he would stop what he was doing to help me, even though he was on a phone call at work. It's cliche to say that he would give you the shirt off his back, but he would give you his entire wardrobe just to make sure you were okay. And it really sucks because it's somebody that I didn't know hit me until, because he was always one of those friends that he'll always be there. These are my day ones and my everydays. And then it was from somebody that like, almost like family, where you don't see them for a couple of months and then like, how come we don't hang out more often? He was one of those kind of people. Biggest heart ever and very, very genuine. I don't know if you want to say anything, Esteban. Not putting you on the spot, just
this one was tough because this was an individual that I worked with for 6-7 years already. So it was tough. Like Ash said, yeah, it was the shirt off your back type thing. But he was always the one that would be excited. He was the guy that I would talk to pretty much every day because he sat right in front of me at work. So see him every day. You know, he was the first guy in, last guy out at work. Real genuine guy. But I will say he will be missed. And it's crazy because 3 weeks ago I was talking to him and we had made plans because he was coming down because he lived in Arizona. We were gonna get together and hang out, and he was gonna meet my youngest because he had only met my oldest boy. So we were gonna get together, hang out, probably catch some football and stuff like that. Biggest Detroit Lions fan, and that's.
I was gonna say that was his flaw.
It's not even a flaw. It's what made him him. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for those that know sports, to be a Detroit Lions fan, it's tough. You know, it's tough to be a Detroit Lions fan. But the man wore the blue and silver
every Jersey day.
Every Jersey day, he wore the blue and the silver and rocked it. And you can ask him anything about the Lions and he'll school anybody on the Lions. And not only that, but if you supposedly said that you were a fan of a team, he would know your team better than you know your team. You know? So yeah, so he was a real genuine guy, and he will be missed.
He will be missed. So raise a shot to a brother that we didn't know, but for all of us. But love you, bro.
To Marvin.
On too much lighter because he was never a negative guy. He was positive.
Never was.
So, first of all, Luis, what is your pose today? Oh, for those that are on Spotify or Apple, when it's my show, we do what the equivalent of the thumb master if you've ever played King's Cup. So at any time, if one of us busts out into no, I should say that. you become pose master, which I start off as pose master. The last one has to take either 5 seconds of their drink or a shot. That person then becomes the pose master. And it goes on throughout the show, even though we're doing games, even though we're doing comments, whatever we're gonna do. Luis, what's your pose? I need everybody to pay attention because of something. That's your pose? Esteban, what's your pose?
I'm just gonna go with my classic.
Okay. Andreas? Okay. And Carmen? Okay. So everyone for me is going to move to the left. Luis, what's your pose? Okay, that is going to be Esteban's pose. Esteban, what's your original pose? Okay, that is going to be Andreas's pose. Andreas, what was your pose? What was your original pose? Okay, Carmen, that's going to be your pose. And Carmen, what was your original pose? All right, and Luis, that's going to be your pose.
My pose. Angels.
Thanks, Carmen.
Sorry.
Will be this.
Have fun, Esteban.
Okay. So that'll be my original pose. So first, so that's going to be the first game. So the teams, I believe, are
Andres, Luis, and myself,
and Andreas versus Esteban and Luis.
Yep.
Right?
All right.
All right. So it's going to be the Rebel Alliance versus the Sith Lords. Okay.
Sith Lords.
Nope. You can't choose. Whoever wins the cards gets to choose which they, because every time I ask what's your team name, you guys never know. So I'm always going to come up with team names, and then whoever wins gets to choose between.
Okay, all of a sudden.
He's so angry
I
today.
always say pterodactyls.
Yes, all of the sudden.
It's all right. It's his suit. It's his power suit. That's what it is.
All right, so I will give you. Let's go, Andreas. Who's your team captain?
Carmen.
Carmen, you ready?
Sure.
You are the 4 of clubs. Esteban, what's your team captain?
We're playing high card?
Yeah, we're playing highest card. Sorry, I should say that. For people on Spotify and Apple, we are playing high card. Esteban?
Luis.
You or Luis? Luis? Team captain? Ready?
Okay.
Well, you guys are the Jack of Hearts. So you guys get to go first. So now we established that. Now that it landed on you, Luis, do we have comments this week?
Yes, sir. Before we go into the comments, I wanted to just a brief segue. It's exactly what it sounds like. The comments is the part of the show where it gives you, the listener, opportunity to be a part of the show. And speaking of listener, we have a new subscriber, Mr. Benchy Roxas. Thank you very much for joining the channel. And
nice.
Thank you.
Hope we live up to whatever expectation you have.
Is that our YouTube or is that Spotify or what is that?
That's on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Benji.
And for aside from him, anybody that's not subscribed, we please encourage you to subscribe. Costs nothing to you, means everything to us. But this is part of the show where if you leave a comment on any of our social media platforms, we will read it on air and we will discuss it. So if you want your opinions heard, this is the avenue. And so we're going to start with comments on our YouTube. We got The Sound was a short. It was a cut. It was a mashup cut that was posted, a comedic cut. And I've got the Rock On Devil Horns from Vanessa. And she commented also on episode 51. I believe I told her that I wanted to fight because we disagreed on the food item. And so she comments on that. Let's fight, Luis. Boxing gloves. Haha, just kidding. I do love. Oh, that's right. She was talking shit on King Taco. I do want to fight. Let's fight, Vanessa. But yeah, she's talking shit on King
Fuck
Taco.
yeah.
She says,
She
yeah,
will fuck you up.
I believe it. She looks tough. Just kidding. I do like King Taco, chicharron al pastor, smiley face. But if I really want tacos, go to a taco truck for sure. Thank you, Carmen. You understand. LOL.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Fire.
There's tacos where the ingredient inside is chicharron, right? But it's like wet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Does that have to be made like how do I would say the way that I've had
chicharron
it
is normally
wasn't
crunchy.
awesome. The way that I've had it in the past, so I don't know if it's the way the person made it,
Possibly.
or if it was like. Would you recommend that I go to King Taco and have it like that?
I don't personally like their chicharron.
Yeah.
I don't like the sauce they use, but I do, and so there are different ways you could get it at certain places that make it crispy, where they put it and I'm not a big, like, texture doesn't bother me to eat. So I know my brother, he is a texture person, so he doesn't like the menudo, the tripe, because of the texture, like the chicharrones when they're wet.
Delicious.
Yes, I stay
Yeah,
here.
I didn't like the wetness, which I usually do. I thank you, but go on.
Like the flavor of the King Taco ones, but if you go to a different, I'm more adventurous at like a taco truck or a taco stand. I would say probably try them somewhere else. But hey, you may like that, so I would say at the very least it's worth a try.
Is it a snack or is it a meal? I feel like this is not going to sound right. I don't feel like I'm not eating. I don't feel like I'm eating something unless I'm eating meat. Stop it.
No, yes. Just like you're eating meat, but the tacos at King Taco are fucking small as fuck. So
I see me like 6 of them.
That's true. That's why you eat like 5 of them. Yeah.
It's like you just
Carmen,
like 4 tacos for it.
Yeah.
Alone.
Sopas are bomb though. Carmen, nothing. Chicharron. All right. Is it the wetness thing that I said? I'm sorry, Luis.
Oh no, you're fine.
No, she was scowling at the menudo taco.
Menudo
Right. Menudo can go die.
I thought menudo was
what did you say? Menudo can die?
Yes, menudo can die. Yes,
That's
menudo can
Sunday
die.
have to.
Pozole is a Sunday have to, not menudo.
I salivated at the word menudo. That's not good.
See, but menudo is like I'm on the fence because I do agree with you, Carmen. It's probably that and tamales, depending on the tamale.
Tamale?
They are among the most overrated Mexican food. Like it's like they put it up. It is good, but it's not like godly.
Menudo is overrated?
Yes. However, just like 3-ish weeks ago, like I craved it and I had it at a legit Mexican spot. And for me, it was very nostalgic because it was something that I used to eat all the time as a kid. And so it was like, dude, it was fucking just like having the tortilla de maíz, even though that I like the flour tortillas more, but I just remember the always eating it with the corn tortillas, the tortillas de maíz, and fucking ordered in Spanish, have my lines, have all my shit thrown in there. It was like, it was
oregano.
Yeah, it was just, it was like the ritual part of it that I was just like, oh, this is dope.
I don't want to hear anything from you about the accoutrements to menudo.
I don't like the green pozole. We've gone forever on just the one comment. I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah, you see, Vanessa? See what you do to us?
We're going to end up team before we even start today.
Green pozole fucks, okay?
I don't
know
like
what
it.
you're talking about, Ash.
my
No, I
God,
don't
it's
like it. That's what I'm saying. I don't like
know
it.
you.
But I do love not enchiladas. Fuck, what am I thinking? With the chips. It's not.
Chilaquiles?
Chilaquiles
Oh, with the green chili. Oh my god.
Fuck yes.
or the red with the
We should have
egg
eaten
on
before we
top.
got.
Ooh.
I know.
Uh,
There's a pretty good place that does really good chilaquiles by my apartment.
Or so yeah, I am really big into chilaquiles as well.
Oh,
Mm.
fun fact: chilaquiles is actually what brought me and Dana together. So when we initially started dating, that was
You
like
mean
the only
after
Mexican dish.
Or before you shit yourself?
This was before I should.
That's probably what made him shit himself.
Yeah. Oh, sir, you were you're on fire today. As was I that day. No, so we would look up a very common date thing for us was to find a brunch place that had bottomless mimosas and that they served chilaquiles. And so turns out Long Beach has a shit ton of them. So we were doing like a tour like week to week, and that became our thing. And so today, even today, like if we see chilaquiles in a menu in a restaurant we've never been to, it almost feels like an obligation for us to try it, at least one of us to try it so that we can like taste it. But Vanessa, we veered off of your comment. Tell us, we would love to know, what is your favorite Mexican food dish? Because we went all in and
Let's do this. Comment green or red chilaquiles.
and then everybody respond to her comment on how she's wrong. I'm just kidding, Vanessa.
You chose violence today, didn't you?
She wanted to fight me. No, we appreciate all the love and support. Thank you so much. Moving on to among one of the generals of the Comix army, Zach Freeman.
No, Luis appointed generals.
My
Only
personal
Luis.
general. The general of my quarters.
The fleshlight general.
Your fleshlight general?
I am finished with this. Clean it, sir.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Right away, my lord. I'm sorry, Zach. I don't know why we did this to you. Episode 51. He commented, "Fantastic episode, Comix podcast crew. Oh my god, did you see What If? Holy shit, that was so epic. Like I can't even. No words. What are your thoughts?" And I feel bad because since I hadn't seen What If, and I think Andres hadn't seen What If, I don't think you guys got into too much details. With that description, Esteban and Carmen, I think you're the only ones that are caught up with it. Do you know? I'm assuming you probably know where all that excitement is coming from.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Give the guy something. He's looking for
Are we
something.
going up to Thor or are we going up to
Last
I
week?
think he was probably
I haven't seen
referring to Thor because that was the last week, but then also this week, which kind of came from the Thor,
Yeah. That's
Mm.
kind of the only one that has continued, right? Like the other ones were kind of like, what if? This one was kind of like lead in.
Yeah.
And then brought back from the other episodes, which I was like, finally they're giving me what I wanted, which was like a continuation story in somewhat.
No, yeah, this last episode was amazing. It was great. But fun fact, if you guys didn't notice, there's a certain scene in there, and they actually go and fly by Mustafar. I don't know if you guys caught that. And you can see Darth Vader's castle in the background.
Oh, when he's fighting with
Ultron.
Okay, I have to see now. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I saw the different like worlds that they were like showcasing, but I missed that one.
Yeah, so they fly through Mustafar, which is actually pretty dope. So it was a little nod. Disney obviously owning Star Wars and Marvel, so that was a little nod to Star Wars. So that was pretty dope. Speaking
of a nod, a Disney nod, I sent everybody a clip of it, and I'll be showing the clip right here. The Captain America scene it's a movie. What's the name of the movie? Guy?
Free Guy.
New Guy.
Free Guy.
Oh, Free Guy. Sorry.
So in the movie Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds, 20th Century Fox film, because they're now under the Disney umbrella,
Ella.
There's a scene at the end of the film that he essentially gets these glasses that he can get. It's like cheat codes, and on one of the cheat codes that he does is
So
All
I'm
right,
the
that's
last.
Andreas.
So yeah. So on one of the cheat codes that he does is he pulls out a shield, and it turns out to be the Captain America shield, and it has the Avengers song playing while it happens. And because it's in a world of a video game, all these people are watching it, and Chris Evans is among the people watching. He's like, "What the shit?" Like, and it's those little. I live for Easter eggs. It's so fucking great, especially because it's 20th Century Fox. It's like, oh, it's actually happening. It's great. Anyway,
You know what's fucking cool is like it sucks that people, well, corporations or whatever you want to say, studios can't just one for one, just like a hookup for anything, just to get the story out. Like fucking Hugh Jackman, like a one for one. You guys could get fucking Spider-Man, but we get Hugh Jackman, or just kind of like what they're doing.
Right.
I don't want to say what they're doing now, but kind of what Sony was doing with Marvel for a little bit, with at least to get Spider-Man, and you get fucking Tony Stark. Just, or you get Tony Stark, but maybe he's not in the suit or whatever. Just little.
Yeah.
It sucks that people can't. It's just like everybody's like Vince McMahon with it, like just mine. But if everybody fucking works together, you fucking have
crazy shit.
Genius.
Yeah.
Just
Hey
to
man,
get the story
teamwork
out.
makes the dream work.
Sorry.
Yeah, and you get whatever they do can continue your story without even having to bother anybody, because you like, okay, well, you get fucking Nightcrawler, but you have Nightcrawler in Sony. You know what I mean? Like nobody bothers anybody. Just it's genius, and you have little like Easter eggs to lead to back to whatever they're gonna do. Just have everybody talk to everybody, and it'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luis, go ahead.
No, you're absolutely right. I agree with you.
In that way, everybody makes money. That's all. Everybody makes money, not just you, not just me. Everybody just makes money.
Right, but you're forgetting that one underlining factor is the one who's going to be making the most money. Okay, because there's always going to be that studio that's like, well, they made this amount of money and we only got this much. So there's always going to be fighting, dude. I completely understand what you're getting. And
that's your writing. It's not.
No, right.
You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Because of that, that's the reason why there's not that what you just explained is not going to happen. Because it comes down to ultimately distribution rights, and then who's going to get how much money based off of how many DVDs were sold and how many digital downloads were sold. So it's ultimately going to come down to infighting between the two companies.
Yeah, but if you get one character, it doesn't mean like we're going to get all the fucking money from it. Yeah.
It's just sad that we can't schoolyard rules of like, hey, you can take Spider-Man and I'll take Wolverine on this next movie. Okay. All right, cool. All right. See you at recess. Like, but it's become it's become, the business side of it. And just like
in handball, did you like sliders, baby bouncies, or waterfalls?
With handball, I used to play, it was a game called Slaughterhouse. That was where
Slaughterhouse was fucking dope.
It was fucking fun.
Die
until the first kid started crying, and then we couldn't play it anymore. And then when teachers would walk up and be like, "Are you guys playing Slaughterhouse?" "No, we're playing." We made some shit up. And there was always that one kid that would get pegged, like in the ear, like. Yeah. Oh, that.
Headhunters, and then fucking, you're fucked. Sorry, go ahead, Luis. I'm hosting today. Sorry. Go ahead, Luis.
Man, that's. Oh god, I used to fucking love that game. Even. I'm being too loud. Got it. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna put my drink down. So, heavyweight, next general of the army. Episode 51. I feel you about roller coasters. I'm big, tall. I'm perfectly upright on the ride, just barely fit. And then I watched Final Destination, and I was like, nope, no more roller coasters for me. And this is in direct comment to you, Esteban, about when you were getting on the Harry Potter ride,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
because the shoulder thing wouldn't go down.
Mhm.
And so then he comments on top of it later in the episode, what if show? How come the Infinity Stones worked when Ultron was fighting the Watcher, when they were fighting between multiverses? And great question. Does anyone have any thoughts
Wait,
on
what's
that?
it?
So he's saying
I heard it, but I didn't hear it.
the Infinity Stones, they shouldn't have been working if they were fighting within multiverses.
Well, I think if you guys remember, I think what he's referring to, because there was that one scene in Loki where you see that there's multiple Infinity Stones, and then one of the characters is like, "Oh yeah, we use those as paperweights."
Yeah.
You know, and I think the reason why is because in the TVA you can't
They're
use
all
your
different.
powers.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
the powers have been diminished and you can't use them. So I think in the TVA the stones aren't powerful at all. They're just paperweights essentially. But when the stones enter a universe or reality that they can coexist in, that's where the powers come in, and he's able to use them, going back and forth from multiverse or from universe to universe.
And I think him having all the stones is what gave him the power, or at least he became cognizant that there were more universes. And then when he hears the Watcher talking, he's like, wait, where are you? Mm-hmm. And then that's when he's able to go into that partial reality or whatever.
Right.
So I think that's why he was able to use them. Because I also thought that as well, because then like he just takes them from Thanos like nothing, you know what I mean? Like when you take candy from a kid. So it's just I also had some problem with like continuity with the stones, because we saw a stone on a different What If episode, which was with Doctor Strange, the Doctor Strange episode. So, but I wonder how they're gonna like tackle that, because he has now all of them, but then we last saw one of the stones in the other episode. But I mean, I'm all for it. I don't want to poke holes, because I'm gonna go down rabbit holes. So whatever they want to give us next episode. Is there a next episode, or was there only
No,
8?
there's one more. There's one more episode.
One more? Okay. So I look forward to see how they're gonna do the story. Yeah.
For the people that won't let something go, do you think, in character wise, there are people that look at Star-Lord like, bro, there's like so many people that wouldn't have died if you just weren't emotional at one certain part? Like we had him like kind of dead to rights and the glove coming off, and what happened, kind of like looking them at Star-Lord like, that's that guy. Does that make sense to what I said?
Yeah,
because they kind of had him, and then everything happened. In character, do you think anybody would hold that against him? Right? No, it would never be brought up.
I would see it more of a running joke. It's like, hey, remember when you fucking killed everybody? it'd be like one of those, you know?
Yeah.
And then, or it could be one of those things where they make him feel like shit. It's like, because of you, Tony Stark died. You know?
Right. That's what I was trying to say. Like, yeah. Like, and at the same time, if they ever did something like a series, sorry, Andres, they ever did something like a series, that could be like the pinpoint of somebody that doesn't get along with this person because you caused that person to die.
Hey man, who knows? We might even see that in Thor: Love and Thunder. You know, Thor giving Star-Lord shit for that happening. You know,
that's true. Sorry, Andres. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was going to just say that in that universe, they're human beings with superpowers. So that doesn't eliminate them from holding resentment. I mean, look at Tony Stark hating on fucking Captain America for keeping that secret. So, yeah, like I could see somebody being upset. So it's just because they're heroes doesn't mean
they're both watching the video, and this person's having that like, fuck, I'm gonna have to deal with like just their different reactions to the video is like fucking nuts. That's such a great scene.
But yeah, no, absolutely. But it goes his relationship towards Steve Rogers. It goes a lot deeper because growing up, all he heard was his dad talking about Captain America. So there was that resentment that he had growing up. It's like my dad can't stop talking about this fucker that's buried in ice and shit, and here I am trying to be the best that I can be, and all my dad can do is talk about fucking Captain America.
Would give credence to his ego, like his
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great backstory. So, Luis, more comments?
And Heavyweight has one last piece to it. And it's actually something that Carmen mentioned earlier in the show regarding What If is I think that they will pay off each episode in the season finale. I was thinking the same thing and they just left me hanging. Thoughts? And looks like Carmen is on the same thought process as you, right, Carmen?
Yeah, there were a few open-ended endings, which is okay when it's like a one-off series, like that's what it was meant to be, and that's what they gave us. But it left you wanting more, and now that they're paying it off at these later episodes, it's quite nice because they're not fully paying off what happened in their individual episodes, but they're bringing them in a different way, which is kind of, like how they built the Avengers initially, like we saw them on and off, and then like they all came together. So I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but if that's what ends up happening, then I'm all for it.
He still doesn't know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now he does.
I think he forgot. He's like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm like, why are you guys all doing stupid faces?
Oh, it's stupid faces now, huh? Okay.
Why you guys all being dumb?
Both you and your
I'm nobody's clown. That was the end of comments. Thank you again, everybody, for taking the time out of your day to listen. That last comment was left 3 hours ago. So thank you, Heavyweight. I know you do a marathon of us and in between work. And for everybody else that's listening, have anything to comment on any part of the show, let us know and we will talk about it. Back to you, host.
That was the last comment?
Yes, sir.
The coolest thing, like a fucking Debbie Downer for a minute, is Marcus sent in. So who we have brought up earlier, who we took a shot for, was never active on his Instagram. Marcus. So it's so hard because even in SOS, if you're going Mar, you're gonna say one or the other, and it's so hard because it's like fucking. Sometimes you say one or the other, but they're clearly different people. So he got a like on his Instagram. I don't know if it was a comment, a picture, whatever he posted, whatever it was. He had a like fucking the day before. So that's like fucking nuts, right? Like he never commented. He's like non-social media, commented the day before that happened. Like that's pretty fucking random, but still like kind of like a story. Like it's your fucking, that's pretty fucking dope. I don't know. I believe in that kind of stuff. So it is on me. I do want to bring up, I was never a Power Ranger guy because I was out after Voltron. And there is the Legend of the White Dragon, which Michael Madsen, which is the Mr. Blonde, or he's done tons of stuff. But the drink is what I want to go into. The drink of the day is the Stefan. Stefan, what is our drink of the day?
Here, hang on. I want you guys to listen to this.
But I want you to be just as sexy as you were the entire time I was off camera.
I know. I will be. Shh, just listen. Just listen. Just listen. Shh.
Soul Train. Go on.
You fucked it up. Man. You fucked
He's
it
like,
up.
listen. He was trying to. He wanted to hear that.
You fucked it up.
Did he open it? You open it?
Yes. You fucked it up. You're like Soul Train, idiot. God damn it. All right. So the drink of this week is going to be
Coors Light.
from Hen House Brewing Company. Okay. This one is called
Coors Light.
Mariachi Maestro. Okay. Here's a can. Check it out. Mariachi Maestro. Okay. All right. Mariachi Maestro. It's in honor. This beer was in honor of Gabriel Zavala, okay, who is the Mariachi Maestro. So it is a hazy IPA. It's actually very, very good and very, very smooth. I really, really like it a lot. Probably going to be picking it up regularly to kind of have it revolving in my refrigerator. It's like I said, it's delicious. It's from Hen House Brewing Company. And according to, where is it at? I just saw it. Oh, okay, here it is. On their can, it says this is a fabulous hazy IPA brewed with cashmere, Matku Mosaic, and Sabro hops. And in tribute to Gabriel Zavala, the Mariachi Maestro, Gabriel Zavala dedicated himself to music and sharing his craft with young people in his community. The melody of Mr. Zavala's life will resonate forever in the hearts of many lives he touched. So it's very good. You guys, if you guys can pick it up, it's delicious. Back to you, Ash.
Okay. Thank you. So weekly we do recommendations, and first of all, who had the last recommendation?
I have something in my hand, but look there.
What? I feel like that was Carmen.
I think so too.
That was Carmen.
No, that was
No,
not
it was.
me.
The way that I was
No,
looking
that
at
was
it.
not me at all.
Who? Okay, Carmen.
You know what? Fine,
No,
fine.
But who
fine.
do you think it was?
Yeah, who's your
Who
argument?
was after you? Exactly.
Enjoy your wine. Wine is good. Wine is good.
Oh shit.
Damn. All right, gangster.
That's really tasty.
No, fuck that. You're the shit.
We did your favor.
Right. So you are the postmaster.
Got it.
Who had the last recommendation?
Luis did. Luis had
Luis
the
did.
last recommendation,
All right.
and he recommended to me. It was a comedy special called The Tennessee Kid. I enjoyed
Cool.
it very, very much.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's not Bo Durham? Not Bo Durham.
No, it
The
was
movie.
No.
Nate
Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze.
Uh,
Yeah, it was really, really funny. You guys need to check it out. Like Louis said, he is a clean comic, but to me, I don't care if they're clean or dirty or whatever. I don't care. He is funny. There's certain things that, he pulls from his day-to-day parenting, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? For sure. Like, I would probably end up doing that as well. I think one of his jokes was he was talking about his daughter, where his daughter would just ask him questions, and he feels that he's smarter than his daughter. Okay, and his daughter's 6 years old. Okay, so his daughter asks him, "Dad, why is the sun hot?" And he looks at her and he says, "Because it's on fire. What are you, stupid?" And then so he just like said, it's like shit like that. Like, it's funny. His airport bit is hilarious, where his name doesn't match. His ticket says Nathan, but his driver's license says Nathaniel. So it's just it's pretty hilarious. So if you guys get a chance, please check it out. It's called The Tennessee Kid. It's on Netflix. It's about an hour long. It is hilarious. And Luis, thank you very much, man. That was awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's very good. And off of what you were saying, as far as being a clean comic, dirty comic, filthy comic,
Right.
whatever, it doesn't matter. It's funny is funny. And
Yes.
that guy is funny. So just a little, I'm going to cut this little clip for promoting purposes. I'm just going to say, let's go, folks, which is something that they say on their podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, Tennessee Kid, Nate Bargatze. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
I rate it an 8, only because like his pacing
Solid.
You know, his pacing was at times got real slow, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like, you know, I guess I'm just used to like the firing off, like boom, 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 boom. But his pacing is a little bit slower than I would have wanted, you know. But yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Solid number.
This never gets to come up, so I do want to bring this up because we do talk about different things. Going in order, Esteban, do you prefer a comedian that goes boom, 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 and like it's an hour, but you heard 80 jokes, or would you rather hear would you rather hear an Andrew Dice Clay, or would you rather hear like a Chappelle where it's like it's 3 jokes and that's the whole hour because you're listening to a story?
I think I prefer like the constant, you know, the constant, you know, jokes. I prefer that, you know, than, you know, the story. It's because I think I'm used to like listening to like a Kevin Smith type podcast, and
that's all story.
Right. It's a story, you know, so you're listening to him talk for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and it has jokes and puns in there, and you know, there's stuff like that. But if you're going out to go see something, I prefer the rapid fire type, you know, comedy.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer that.
Andres?
I don't know. If you had asked me before, I may have given you a different answer, but I'm like kind of the comedians I had liked prior to the pandemic came out with like douchebag shit during the pandemic, so I was kind of turned off on it, on comedy in general. But I've always liked like Mark Maron, and I guess he's still somebody I like, so I could take a story into a joke. So I guess that would be my answer right now, since he's probably the only one I still semi like.
Oh, I won't go further than that because I it's my inkling to do that. But Carmen?
I don't think I have a preference as far as whether it's the fast firing of like hits or a storytelling. I think if the person grabs you from the beginning and is able to like hold your attention, and whether it's like they have you going, you know, like automatically, or it's a story that's building up, like you're like genuinely caught, you know, in the story, and they're like taking you on that journey. It's not that I prefer a style over the other. It's just it's on the person and their delivery. It's, you know, like are they gonna take me on that trip or not? But I gotta say, most comics, I haven't watched a special that I haven't actually, you know what? I recently watched Marlon Wayans special, the newest one, and I didn't care for it. I don't know like what it was. The material just wasn't funny to me. It was a little like so I guess that would be like, and it was both. He actually mixes styles where it's like he's telling you a story, but then he has like several punchlines and within there, and it didn't work for me at all. I don't know if it was the content. I don't know if it was his delivery or the timing. Like it just didn't work for me. So if you and Luis, I know you're a comedy fan. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you at any point see it, I would like to know what you think of it, because I don't know if like the content was just not for me, or it just overall it just wasn't what, you know, like he's a great comedy actor or comedian, but this time it just didn't work for me at all.
Luis?
And off of that, that I see that a lot. It's like when Hollywood, when they go into like comedic acting, and then they try their hand at comedy, or they started off at comedy, did acting, and then they try to come back to it. It's like their agents or whatever, they're like, oh, let's turn this in by the end of the year, but they don't do the rounds at the comedy clubs. So what a lot of these comedians that are coming up, such as Nate Bargatze, they went through the gauntlet. They're going to these comedy clubs and they're eating shit and they're getting booed and they're honing their material until they get their opportunity to film a special, as opposed to the person that has money that says, I'm gonna film a special at the end of the year, and you'll see the quality kind of dip. So I've seen that. But as far as your question, Ash, of which one do I prefer? I compare it like music. I like both. I need both. It's I
Long as
like
you're good at both, or
Right.
not both, but whatever you're good at.
like Mark Norman is one of my favorite like joke tellers. In a 10-minute segment, Mark Norman will fire off like fucking 20-30 jokes, and it's just like quick, like just this, like, oh, you don't like that one, here's another one, you don't like that one, here's another one. Not as they're not necessarily one liners the way that Mitch Hedberg was, but
Oh, fucking genius.
so they're not that short, but they're pretty close of just hit, and then
That
moving
was
on.
fucking mad.
But then I also love Tom Segura and Bill Burr that tell more of a story with punchlines embedded into it. So that's my long version of saying I like both. I think they both need to exist to appreciate different facets of comedy.
Here's where I fucked up. Is we had 3 different pose masters, and I didn't bring out the Wheel of Misfortune. It will never be called Esteban's
The
fucking
Wheel of Morality.
Morality.
It's not going to be called that.
I think
So
we all like that.
I
better.
will go
Okay.
ahead.
Time
and
out.
spin
Time
the
out.
wheel.
No. Because I think we have enough people that are watching and will comment. So I need everyone that's on here. Okay.
Who's hosting though? Who's
Melissa,
hosting,
Melissa, Vanessa, Heavyweight, Zach. Anyone
Zach
else that
can
wants
agree with you.
anyone else that wants to go ahead and comment. Ash is naming this thing the Wheel of Misfortune.
Yes.
I vote, along with others on the podcast, we should call it the Wheel of Morality.
They're doing that to piss me off.
If you guys
I am
agree,
going to-
I need you guys to comment below from the show Wheel of Morality instead of Wheel of Misfortune. So if you guys want it the Wheel of Morality, let's call it the Wheel of Morality.
My fucking
Wheel of
Wi-Fi,
Morality,
I'm-
turn. Tell us the
To be
lesson
fair,
that we should learn.
To be fair, Ash, I usually enjoy getting you upset, and I don't agree with our other co-hosts on this one.
uh,
Fuck y'all.
10 seconds to try to whistle and drink. I'm gonna get real fucking. I'm gonna get real dirty.
Yeah, you are.
It's just how I like it, Patty.
Fucking flirt. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Oh, okay. Well, the camera's gotta be on you, bro.
Nobody could hear anything. This is totally all he just spit.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm sorry, but you're on mute. I can't hear you.
His mic just totally gave out. It's like
circuited out.
Did you just break the mic?
Oh, there it goes.
That would have been funny. If
That
Apparently, I'm a spitter.
funny on that
All right,
fucking
so
microphone, you had to spit on it and broke it.
on my fucking suit. And it's okay. So, well, one, that shit can land on you guys. So I might not be the only one that has to hold a load in my mouth. So,
Everyone heard that, right? Everyone heard that? The whole load in his
yes,
mouth?
we
Heard that?
all
Okay.
heard that.
Oh, well, I said it. All right. So that was that recommendation. My recommendation is going to be to Luis. The way that I try to pick out teams, I try to pick out teams that other people don't understand my logic. So if I give out 3 names or 4 names, they were in a tag team in wrestling. They were in the same movie. They were in something. But it makes sense to me, but it's never supposed to make sense to you. Some people can probably break the code, but I try to never I try to make it as even as possible so that if for any reason these two guys always win and these two guys all, I try to make it as even as fucking possible. And in that, I brought up the characters of Reservoir Dogs. And when I asked people to choose between Mr. Pink, Mr. Blue, Mr. White, and Mr. Orange, when Luis said whoever's left, that meant he didn't give a fuck who he got, which usually gives a fuck about who he has. So in that, my recommendation to Luis will be Reservoir Dogs. And it doesn't mean to be a Quentin Tarantino thing again. It just, when I found out that he hadn't watched the movie, it's a fucking deal. Especially since you watched a lot of other Quentin Tarantino movies. Like,
Since you watch a lot of film in general, and how could you not have seen that movie?
I mean, it's also me we're talking about, so I haven't seen a lot of older
dude,
films.
every slow-mo in the back alley is
Old
a
by the
nod
way,
to Reservoir
your
Dogs.
age.
Sorry, Andres, I didn't hear that.
I said it's also not that old comparative to his age.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's also like what I was allowed to watch. I was watching.
Oh, there was
Disney
also that.
Channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was also that. I do remember you mentioning something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, my dad was super strict. Wait,
Oh, I thought you were
where-
talking about your cat.
No, he's
He's cool as fuck.
he's just chilling. Reservoir Dogs, where can I find it?
I hate that you ask that because I will drop off the movie to you.
I will look this up. I will look this up to not
I
ruin the
forget
momentum
that
of the
part
show.
every single
It's on
time.
HBO Max, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
it is.
It
Thank
should
you,
be.
guys.
All right. So in Reservoir Dogs is Michael Madsen. And
Mhm.
he's going to be in the
Fuck, wait, hold
Legend.
on, sorry. How do you mix up Rachel with Michael Madsen?
I don't know if I was going to say Rachel Maddow or if I was going to say Rachel from fucking Mean Girls.
Actually, Rachel Maddow actually makes sense to me. Okay, I apologize. I would.
It was the M part.
them.
So Michael Madsen, who was Mr. Blonde, which is when we do the unbox, I did the little dance to the little box. Or if ever we see the cop. Anyway, you'll get what I'm talking about after. So you need to see Reservoir Dogs.
Got it.
And let me know what you think.
I will.
It's very much
that you're not paying attention.
Yep.
that's me.
That is you.
Spin your wheel.
Spin
My
the
wheel
wheel
of morality. Nah, not gonna call it that.
Wheel of morality.
The more why do I get the same fucking thing? Why?
Spin it again if it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
spin it again. We want to
Spin
see
it again.
We want to see you do something else stupid.
Ooh,
Just one more
moment,
trick.
silly dance and drink.
Dance for us.
I have no opponent.
Dance for us, bitch.
Slap yourself. I feel like I only get slap yourself.
Hey,
You
but if
wrote
you're gonna
those
do
in.
it, if you're gonna slap yourself, con ganas, way, like a good one.
All right.
I heard it.
So I fucking know you heard that. So that's the
Big ol'
equivalent of
handprint.
Carmen. Go fucking. I'm almost crying.
Is that me?
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That looked like
That
a
was
draw.
kinda Carmen Andreas.
That was a
Take it.
Carmen Andreas draw.
Oh, that was a draw.
Oh, cheers, Andres.
I'll take it. You already got one. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do
All right, here we go.
Spin the wheel, bro.
I drink?
Spin the wheel, bro. All right. Slap yourself.
Take your glasses off,
Oh,
buddy.
don't stand up. Don't knock yourself out.
He's gonna get torqued.
Gregor? Oh no, you might have to do it again.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was a good one.
Woo! Yeah, this is gonna be a good show.
Holy shit.
I was,
So
I was
Michael
hoping my
Madsen-
glasses flew off. I feel sad.
There's a lot of stuff that Bat in the Sun has come out with, which I mad respect, in that it'll never be respected as much as a studio, but at the same time, it's almost what I would equivalent to, because they kind of even do like Batman versus fucking Predator, or like they do kind of what if scenarios, as well as kind of is it Batman Scars? There's the one I need to see. I know it has the word scars in there, but where this character is almost like Kevin Conroy light, the guy that plays that Batman in that series. The way they do it is half respected as much as that Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy is like on a higher other fucking level, but at the same time, that guy has been playing that particular Batman within the Batman and this Bat in the Sun production. So they also do the Ryu versus Green Ranger, like those kind of again, not a what if scenario, because there now is a what if, but it's kind of like
it was what if before what if,
like what if, right? Yeah, it was what if before what if.
You're like, oh, do you think Scorpion can beat the White Ranger? Do you think Darth Vader can beat Gandalf? Like,
it was crazy because they always started off like in a comic book shop, and then they did like little scenario, whatever, and they did their little sales, and then you finally got to, and it would be great production, like it would be really like legit, like probably the people that figured out you don't need a fucking $3 million camera to put out something good. Just great angles, great lighting, great. Just you can put out, again, I don't want to say the equivalent, but something watchable to where you're not watching a home video.
No, for sure. The way that technology has grown, there's a lot of things that can be shot on a cell phone that make it look amazing. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I think the one that you're talking about, Ash, the Batman one that you're talking about, is called "Dying Is Easy." Did you see that one? That one's really, really good, and they ended up getting a lot of primo actors to go in there. Doug Jones is in there. If you guys don't know who Doug Jones is. He's really big in doing like prosthetics and makeup. He was Abe Sapien. He was the what's that?
In Hellboy and in
Hellboy. Yeah, he has a reoccurring role in Star Trek Discovery on the CBS or the Paramount Plus app. So yeah, they got a lot of good, that film. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's called Batman Dying Is Easy. It's really, really good.
There is something with scars, but I will look it up. But and that has grown. I mean, fucking over years. Like, again, the lighting, him standing between gargoyles, like just whatever work they put into it, they're starting to get, because to an actor, that's probably like 2 days work, and they could still do Netflix, they could still do everything else. Just, it's like the big thing is that fucking John Morrison was fucking Ryu in one of their things. Like, John Morrison's a WWE wrestler, but he parkour and couple wet up. But anyway, yeah, so like they got big names. They got names before people were ready for it. So Michael Madsen, Mr. Blonde, which I recommended to you, is gonna be in the next thing, which is and it's crazy because he was the Green Ranger in the, let's call it for us, the What If series, Green Ranger versus fucking Ryu and things like that. Like, now they're building on it and making it the legend of the White Ranger, White Dragons.
Well, I think it goes deeper than that, doesn't it, Luis? I mean, especially in the Power Rangers comic book, like it goes a lot deeper than that, doesn't it? The White Rain or the White Dragon.
Yeah, what's interesting is that Bat in the Sun recreated, they redesigned the Green Ranger costume, and then it became canon with Lord Drakkon, which is essentially a multiverse, a different Green Ranger that never turned good and was just a piece of shit and overthrew Rita. If for anybody that's into
Evil
Power
Tom.
Rangers, yeah, Evil Tommy. But what's so fascinating about that is like they used the redesign for Lord Dracon's costume, and then he starts absorbing other rings and stuff like that. So it's interesting because even Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger actor, he's very loyal to Saban, which is the company that owns Power Rangers, and he was like very forward with saying that Saban approved the redesign of the Green Ranger because he didn't want to be associated with anything that Saban didn't have their blessing on. So so even
well, I mean, so Saban is the guy that is a company that ended up, you know, signing his paycheck. So of course he's going to be loyal to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the longest running Ranger.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I was never a Power Ranger guy. I was always like a Voltron guy. Like I did get past that because the Pink Ranger was hot as fuck. But at the same time, like again, what we always bring up, like it was kind of always be like Saved by the Bell, and then it would go on to this other show where it didn't connect because these characters weren't those characters. Because it would be all like, yeah, like we're going to do this.
No, for sure.
You know
No, absolutely. Right. But it was just one of those things. I literally just found this out like maybe a few months ago that the Japanese version of Power Rangers, the
Super Sentai,
yeah, thank you. It only had one female in there. So if you look at them, if you go back and watch the Power Rangers where it switches from, you know, the American actors and then it goes into the Super Sentai, and you see the Yellow Ranger is wearing like the pant unitard like everyone else, but the Pink Ranger is the only one that has the skirt that's added on there. So in the Super Sentai, it was 5 teenagers, but 4 of them were men and one of them was female. I had no fucking idea about that. Like me as a kid watching, I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like the Yellow Ranger is a female, the Pink Ranger is a female also, and then the Red, Black, and Blue Ranger are guys, you know. So it was just one of those things where I was just kind of like, I never knew that, and then I think it was like on a TikTok that I saw. I'm like, did you know that? I'm like, what the fuck, like fucking mind blown and shit. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Did you know stuff? So Luis,
sure.
How did the Green Ranger become the White Ranger? Because I'm sure you know that shit. Because
the Green Ranger was essentially created by Rita, the villain, and so there was this green candle. And as long as that green candle was burning, I'm getting there. And so as long as the green candle is burning, he has power. And so what ends up happening is he breaks out of his mind control from her. He starts helping the good guys, but then the green candle fizzes out. And that was supposed to be the end of the character. But everybody really loved the character, and so they brought it back. Fun fact about the Super Sentai. Super Sentai in Japan was filmed when Saban bought the rights to bring it, and we called it Power Rangers. The only part that was filmed here in the States was with the American actors. They edited so all of the fighting, that's all Super Sentai.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah.
So all of that was cut. The White Ranger, that was season 2 of Super Sentai. So if you notice, the White Ranger, his costume design is different than the rest of the Power Rangers. They kept him on board because he was so popular here in the States. Everyone loved Tommy. They didn't want him to go. So even though in the Super Sentai show, it spread apart, like Green Ranger was just gone and that was just a thing, here they're like, okay, let's do a different thing. Let's get the costume design of the White Ranger. And then they started having to do their own production. And by that point, Power Rangers turned into the phenomenon that it turned into. Right. And so they started filming their own stunts and they started doing all that. But so the reason why his costume looks different with like the face shield instead of seeing like the lips and the big eyes like a motorcycle helmet is because of that. So he lost his powers. Zordon's like, hey, we got a white dragon
Hey.
queen. Let's
Sounds
do
like a-
this. And then he gets the white tiger powers after that.
You guys ready for the first game?
Yeah.
Like fucking an hour and a half in. So I feel like
Chicken tonight.
we got racist on that, but we're gonna.
It's a fucking commercial.
I know.
Gotta be chicken.
Why go be chicken?
Esteban gets all nervous.
Uh,
It was a commercial. I
You guys
swear.
got the jack, right? Esteban, Esteban, you guys got the jack, right?
Yeah.
Jack of hearts. So you guys go
Yeah.
first.
Oh.
So do you guys want question 1 or 2? Oh, sorry. First of all, this game is called True or False. And so you guys want 1 or 2?
Luis, you pick.
Oh, also more. I know. I'm getting to it. Fucking, I get this once every 5 weeks, and you're the one making faces. I expected it from them. Hi. So, one, what I'm going to do is not even going to be on the show. It's going to be done because our viewers have stepped up and they have made videos where they ask you these guys questions.
Oh
And
shit.
we're going to edit it into the show. So it won't even be me asking these questions, which Luis is marking this down. So it's going to be 1 or 2 as far as true or false, because it's not going to even be me. It's going to be them asking it.
So
one, you guys didn't choose between Rebellion or Sith.
I wanted to be Sith, but I have a feeling we're gonna be. We want Rebellion, right, Esteban?
No, fucking pick Sith.
Sith.
Yeah, you do.
All right, we're Sith.
All right, so you guys are Sith. So Team Sith, you guys want question 1 or 2?
Pick Luis.
2.
You guys want 2. This question was brought to us by Andy and Sandra. So you chose 2.
Strange mentioned that there was approximately 15 million possibilities that could be played out.
True or false?
Is that true or false?
It's false.
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 My man.
False is correct. It's
Yeah, it was a much
it is
more specific
approximately
number.
14 million, which means you guys get 1. So you guys get 1 point. So you guys get 1.
Fist bump.
Team Rebellion, you guys have this question.
Thor's hammer is called Stormbreaker. True or false?
Oh, was that us?
That's
Yeah,
to you
love that.
guys.
Barman, you have nothing?
Thor's
The
axe
ass is
is called Stormbreaker. True or false?
true.
True.
True. You guys both got the point.
Ooh.
Being that you guys have the original win, being that we're a tie, Team Sith has you guys still get to pick the next category next.
Dig it.
So I also have this is where I'm trying to stall because I'm trying to go back to, okay, we did talk about what if. Let there be carnage scores a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes or
Get
Rotten
ripped apart.
Tomatoes. I heard it. Andreas, is that gonna affect you seeing it?
I haven't seen the first Venom, so I got to see that one. That score doesn't scare me away. So
Not
yeah.
Doesn't
missing
affect you either way. Let's go that way.
So yeah, it doesn't affect me either.
Okay, Luis, it's a 67%. Does that turn you off to seeing it?
It turned off my girlfriend to seeing it, that's for sure. I already got tickets to see it this weekend. However, what I keep seeing is that it's not a good film. Because I guess it's only 90 minutes. So it's shorter than what most films are. And so what it feels like, or at least the common thing that I've been reading, is that there's a whole plot line that must have gotten taken out because it feels choppy. But even the things that there's like a couple nitpicky things, but the one thing that resonates with me that is gonna bother me, but I'm bracing myself for it, is I guess there's a whole chunk where Venom is in a rave, but the music should bother him.
Yeah,
He doesn't like loud things.
Yeah.
So that bothers me, but now that I know,
So that bothered you when the toast came up and nothing happened,
right, when the fire, it's on fire,
Or
and
the-
he's just
yeah.
like, oh, like, I'm making breakfast, and it's like funny, and it's like, oh, that should bother you. So it's bothering me, but I know that it's happening. But the only my saving grace why I didn't cancel my reservation after the reviews came out is everyone is shitting themselves over the post-credit scene. Don't know what that is, and I'm purposely keeping myself away from it, but
Probably lead in.
I have a feeling it has something to do with Spider-Man, because the director was talking, he was leaving little hints of a crossover with Venom. So
I fucking feel like that's the difference between Marvel, who has their shit together,
yeah.
and Sony, who kind of just. And
Just-
Tom Hardy in a Marvel universe will make that shit amazing. Like, I don't.
I mean, it
understand
should.
whether-
It
Yeah.
should, but I mean, this motherfucker co-wrote the script of Venom 2, so yeah. So I've
But
my
just because you wrote it,
reservations.
as we've seen in skits, just because you wrote it that way, that's not how the actor portrays it.
With how the
Sometimes.
director puts it out.
Right. Sometimes
So-
it's just got to be, you know.
Yeah, that's my
Carmen,
take.
does that affect the way you want to see if you want to see Let There Be Carnage?
No, I have tickets to go see it, so I will be watching it.
You sound ecstatic.
Definitely. I mean, after all the things that Luis just said, I was like, oh, great.
I saw you physically cringe when I said the part in a rave. You're like, why is he in a rave?
You see, the last time I went to see the first one, I went with my boyfriend, and he had a lot to say about it. And I was like, can we just enjoy the movie? Can we just, like, just, and he's like, but, A, B, and C. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take my sister and her friend this time with me, and my boyfriend. So let's hope that the commentary is just on one side and it's like kept over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you said that, I was like, oh, I already know what I'm gonna be hearing, so
Just
it's
brace
fine.
yourself
I
for
mean,
it,
I
yeah.
get to see Tom Hardy on the screen, so that's all that matters to me.
Esteban?
What, Ash? What?
Sorry. No, nothing at all. Please. No, nothing at all. I'm not, oof, who's that? Like, dude, I couldn't even pay attention to Cloverfield because the girl he tries to save is fucking uber hot. So that's oh yeah. So I'm on you. That sounded weird. I'm on your level, but on the other side. Esteban.
I mean, you know what, man? I saw the first one. The first one was all right. It wasn't like anything to.
Did it have the amount of anger that you have today?
Oh, absolutely, it did. Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
the amount of anger is like tenfold for this one.
Tenfold.
Tenfold. Again, it's probably gonna be one of those things that I'm not gonna watch in theaters. I'll probably wait till it comes
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah. Because that's how I
Oh.
saw the first one. I saw the first one.
But is it because of the movie or because of the first one, or is it because of Rotten Tomatoes? Like, do you
no,
give
it's
that-
not any of that. It's
Okay.
not any of that.
Okay.
It's very much still because of the pandemic. That's
Yeah.
mainly what it is. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, we have plans to do certain things for, coming up for an AMC type thing, and obviously precautions and whatnot. But for it to be in a packed theater, I can't do something like that. The horror movie thing that we're planning, I don't think it's going to be extremely packed, so that's why I'm all for it. But to go see Venom like opening night, I'm probably going to wait until it shows up on DVD. I mean, I haven't even seen Free Guy yet. I mean, the last movie that I saw in theaters was, fuck, dude. I honestly don't remember. No, I take that back. The last movie I think I saw in theaters.
Tenet?
Which one?
Tenet? Did you see Tenet?
I did not see Tenet. No, I did not. I haven't even seen. I know it's on HBO Max. I haven't even seen that one yet. I think it's sad to say the last thing that I saw in theaters was Aquaman.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Long time.
Yeah. I think that was the
Damn.
last time. I could be wrong, but I think that was the last time I saw something in theaters was Aquaman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go in this order. Scarlett Johansson and Disney have settled the Black Widow lawsuit. Let's go with either a yes or no. We don't have to do a fucking story because we got to go into games and we got to finish this 3-hour fucking Return of the King trilogy. Luis, do we think Scarlett Johansson has a chance? Let's not even put it like that. Is there a chance for them to reconcile enough to be in future movies?
Well,
Let's just put it that way.
I
yes or
assume
no?
that she was done considering her character was dead. I'm thinking no. I have a quote of what she said if we want to hear it.
Yeah, please.
So in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, she end quote, "I am happy to have resolved our differences with Disney," stated Johansson. I'm incredibly proud of the work that we've done together over the years and greatly enjoyed the creative relationship with the team. I look forward to continuing our collaboration for years to come. And so Disney Studios, Alan Bergman added, "I'm very pleased that we've been able to come to a mutual agreement with Scarlett regarding Black Widow. We appreciate her contributions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and look forward to working together on a number of upcoming projects, including Disney's Tower of Terror."
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I mean,
they're still working together.
doesn't
This-
mean that okay, but even if it was like whatever, a flashback. I can't even say this. I was gonna say season, but a flashback episode. Even if the new Black Widow were to have a flashback, like, do you think that's an option? It's hard because there's like a, we saw Chadwick Boseman, but that's all planned out. It's so super. It's weird because I'm in and out so far as the voices, but thank God the actual story is taking me out of who's who. And if that, I hear Loki fucking like a pinpoint, but other than that, I really don't give a fuck. Andres, do you have any other points on Black Widow or the?
Yes, I could imagine them bringing her back now that they settled the shit.
Yeah.
Because they're doing multiverse shit, so they could be a version that she didn't die. So that doesn't matter. They could write her in if they wanted to, and she wants to do it again. He kind of figured from the start that even though they were talking shit through the media, that it was going to get settled regardless. It looks bad on Disney's part, so I'm sure they, like, as soon as this was announced, I knew that was going to end up happening. So, and it seems like they buried the hatchet enough where they're moving forward and still making films together. So yeah, I could see them doing this.
Yeah. Carmen?
I don't know what, obviously it wasn't disclosed what the terms were of the settlement, but I was watching the breakdown of the case from a lawyer that breaks down all the legal stuff, and mostly for entertainment purposes. And if I remember correctly, she had stated that Scarlett Johansson was compensated for all the streaming that was done in Disney. However, it obviously, as we stated before, it didn't compare to ticket sales, and what that would have been in the box office. And I'm pretty sure in the settlement, we kind of got like the difference of that amount or what that would have been. And so I'm happy that they gave her what she deserves. One, because she's an excellent actress, and everybody deserves a fair deal, whether the other movies that were just released on platforms instead of just being solely on movie theaters. Hopefully we have now gotten rein back on the situation currently that's going on, and we get to, at least some people get to go to theaters if they choose to do that and go watch the movies, and like provide that incentive for creators, actors, directors, and whatnot to keep giving us the movies we deserve. And again, I know most of us here are theater lovers. So, like, we will keep supporting theaters and the box office, and encouraging whether that be whatever type of actor to get paid what they deserve on the title that they're owed. And again, like I said previously, Black Widow was a character in the Avengers and throughout the whole saga that kind of didn't get the justice she deserved, like the movie that she deserved, until way later on. So I'm happy that they reached a settlement, and I love to see her in Tower of Terror, and that they're in amicable terms. As long as I said, Disney is the one that looks bad in this deal, because they kind of had a shortcoming with her. So but again, that was resolved. So moving forward, hopefully everybody gets paid what they're owed, if they're owed anything. Like, I know Cruella, right, kind of thought we were gonna get what's her name, Emma Stone, kind of the same similar suit. So hopefully they rectify that because of Scarlett speaking up, and now going forward, everybody gets their fair share of the streaming views or whatever.
Seven?
No, I completely agree. I mean, some people may consider her being greedy because she wants more money for the ticket sales and stuff like that. But the way I see it, it comes down to what your contract's saying. And I know previously, when we originally first talked about that, it sounded like I was siding with Disney a little bit more, like, oh my God, like, why is she asking for so much money and blah, blah, this and that, how much she was paid for, all the Avengers movies and this and that and stuff like that. But I mean, if you are contracted to do a movie and you are owed X amount of dollars, then you should be paid X amount of dollars. Granted, yes, there was a pandemic, and of course, things change and stuff like that. But if there's nothing like that in the clause of the contract, then pay her. Pay her what she's owed. I guarantee you, though, that what's going to end up happening is that depending on how long this pandemic is going to go ahead and last, I guarantee you that these studios are going to be writing a small clause in there, adding to certain things, and making certain changes that in the event of a national or worldwide pandemic, then your salary is going to equal X amount of dollars or whatever. I'm sure there's going to be changes to something like that, but I'm glad that she's getting paid what she deserves, because she did go ahead and obviously, and let's be honest, this movie was supposed to come out years ago. Okay. In the event of, because it was supposed to come out years ago, she is technically owed said monies for ticket sales. If this was a movie that's being produced and released now because of the pandemic, then okay, let's be a little bit understanding. Either the studio is going to take the risk and just make it an exclusive theater release, or we're going to do digital and theater. So again, going back to the clause that the studio writes when they go ahead and put these contracts together. So it sounds like everything's amicable now, and they're fine, that Disney's still going to go ahead and employ Scarlett Johansson for upcoming movies and whatnot. And good for her. She fought for what she wanted and what she believed in and what was owed to her, and she got what she wanted. And end of story. But I guarantee you that contracts now moving forward are going to have some sort of clause in there stating otherwise, that in the event of X, Y, and Z, then you're only going to get paid streaming services, or you're only going to be paid X amount of dollars or whatever, and could it very well change what certain big A-lister Hollywood actors and actresses sign for movies? Possibly. Would they care? Maybe not. I mean, we won't know that until obviously later, if we have another pandemic on our hands or whatnot, so we'll see.
That's why those contracts you need to fucking let your lawyer see before you even, like, as an artist, that thing is like fucking 375 pages, and that's why the lawyer needs to look at all that and let you know, like, I'm gonna dumb it down for you so that you don't have to fucking realize all of this. And I don't mean to. That's what it was. That is what it's going to be, but in a good way. In, like, we didn't know. Whenever we think of the word pandemic, we think of those fucking people that are in barns with those fucking weird masks that are like, oh, that was in 1820 or 1920 or 1930. Like, that would never happen now. And then our flu shot, our new flu I'm not going to get political, but do you know what I mean? Like, it could still happen today is all I mean. Okay, so
wait, hold on, I have a thought. Do you guys think that if this would have happened to, let's say, Hawkeye or Falcon, right? Instead of it being Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like, let's say it was a movie that we were supposed to get, would they have been called greedy if they would have fought for the money they were owed? Would they been as scrutinized as Scarlett Johansson was for filing the suit?
I would hope so. I would hope so. But I can see the counter argument of it not, but I hope that they would have been.
I don't. The issue I have with it is I don't see why people side with multi-billion-dollar corporations that are making money hands over fists on the films than the fucking actors who do the work. Yeah, they're millionaires and they're suing for more money that's fucking due to them when they signed a contract. So everybody giving a benefit of a doubt, like, for Disney, it's like, fuck you. Do you know how much money they make? It's like, do you really give a fuck? And they're over here not upholding their signed contracts, and they go, I don't understand it. So yeah, when Carmen's saying is like, is it a woman thing because she was the only Avenger and she didn't get her shot, and then this is her movie and they fucked her over? And yeah, nobody planned on seeing a pandemic, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you signed a contract as the company backing the money for it. You're getting the majority of the money coming in for that movie, and you're paying the actor a percentage of it. It's going to be a far less percentage of what you're making. You put up the risk, so obviously you're going to get more money out of it. So fuck it, this happened. You signed a contract for this actor services. You are entitled to pay them what they're fucking due. So you failed to do that, you got sued. It's like, where do you get off, like, looking down on Scarlett Johansson for getting what she's due? That it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And if, like, you'd really give Disney the benefit of the doubt, it's like they're making money hands over fists, and she's taking a stand for other actors that's going through the same shit, that's getting their movies put on that were due, where people were getting ticket sales from those movies, and their movies are getting streamed now and getting less money for it. She's taking a stand for them too. So this is going to affect them too. It's like, fuck you. Give me the money that you said that was due to me. It's not my fault that this shit fucking happened. You guys signed a contract. Pay me. That's what it is. Plain and simple. So all this, like,
the first movie, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you on this, but based on what you were saying, and I don't know why it's not off the top of my head, but was Black Widow the first big blockbuster movie that Disney released, just so, like, on both platforms? or was there something prior to that? Because I know there was Raya, like the cartoon one, right?
I know for a fact that that was supposed to be when movie theaters were opening back up. That was supposed to be the movie, and then they pulled it. And one of my girlfriend's friends is in the industry, and they were really upset.
Fucking mad bragging. My bad, dog.
No. And I've actually been trying to get him an interview to see if he'd be willing to, but I know it gets a little tricky when you're working with a movie studio. But he was working on the movie Wrath of Man, the Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie movie. And so before that movie came out, the week before, it was planned that Black Widow was going to come out. And so when Disney pulled it, the whole movie industry was mad because a Disney film would have been what would have brought people into the movie theaters. Like, and it's like, you know what you are. It's supposed to like kind of give the people the confidence to start going. And at that time, it was like 25% capacity and all that. And when they didn't do it, like everyone was furious. And then that's when they started coming out with, with the Disney Plus, this access, but then you can also watch it here and you could do both of the things. And so then they pushed it back until when we eventually did get it. But yeah, so I don't know if it was the first one. I think Raya came out before it, but I know it was supposed to be released twice and they pulled it twice until they finally did do it.
It's fucked up because like if the star is fucking over the company, there's 12 fucking lawyers ready to fuck you over. But there's also 12 lawyers ready to try to protect you in that same instance for the, and I'm not saying like it's a person versus a corporation. Like that's fucking nuts.
Right. And that's
and that would never
that would never she deserves fucking merit because she's the one sole person that stood up to the corporations, you know what I mean? And it's like at least even if I lose this case, at least I'm standing up and for other people to like look at their contracts before the movie gets released and like renegotiate that, you know. And like I'm gonna go on a small rant. And it's a fucking shame for Disney that they didn't renegotiate with her or, like said, you know what, due to the pandemic, let's give you this or let's do this or whatever, and not even revisit whatever contract she had. Like, that's a shame on that corporation.
Right.
Because go ahead.
No. To your point, Carmen, there's also the fact that there have been reports coming out that Scarlett Johansson's agent reached out to Disney multiple times to try to renegotiate her contract because the movie was pulled, to try to renegotiate her contract for the Black Widow film so that she were to get something extra because it's not only going to be in theaters, but it's also going to be on Disney Plus. So I think her attorney or her agent's gone on record saying, I've reached out to Disney. They failed to reach back to me. And then it ended up going on both Disney Plus and in theaters. So.
Shame on you, Disney.
I agree. And we both know for any step for a company, there's a boardroom of people that I sneeze and it has to be a thing. Like, so we all know, like, hey, Scarlett Johansson called in, whatever hierarchy that needs to happen. And if Chris Evans said, like, hey, don't put out my movie for 3 months.
No, it's not even that, bro. It's not even that. Think about this.
No, I'm saying if we're trying to make it more about.
No, I understand where you're going, but remember, when it was announced that she ended up suing Disney for this, who is the first person that notated or that came out saying that they were behind Scarlett? It was fucking Kevin Feige, the fucking idea behind this entire MCU. He was one of the first ones to say, I don't agree with this. This should not have happened. It should have been a theater only release. It should not have gone to Disney Plus. He was the first one to back her up.
Sorry, the way that was said prior, the first sentence, it threw me off. But yeah, for sure. Especially like, man, there's people that are building your empire, and there's people, hey, these TikTok guys are fucking awesome. Like, there's producers that are looking at what's new and what's out and what's this and what's that. And there's fucking people that are like, I've done the research. I know what the fuck is up. And also, I am a people person because we're from the fucking heart. So there's the balance of fucking being a fucking person, and let's just say the word a nerd, and like everybody can fucking be happy, and you're, as a corporation, depending on these people to fucking make you money, and they're telling you this, and you're like, oh well, it could be fucking this other person. Like, no, it can be, but don't shit on everybody when it's 27 million less.
Bingo.
I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. It's my fucking show, but small rant. I hate to my core that Vince McMahon thinks that NXT could have competed against Dynamite. I hate to my fucking very core that your bottom of the barrel, which was absolutely nothing but wrestling in his head, nothing about wrestling. And the thing that you kind of discard as the new 205 is not beating these people's Scarlett Johansson's, their Chris Evans, and you take it over and make it fucking horseshit.
Bro,
that can be a whole other show, but like, I hate that. I hate that it's something that you disregard, but these other people are building something that everybody fucking loves, that everything you're saying no to, they're saying yes to, and you still think you're fucking right is fucking shit. And it's something, it sucks because it's like, you're such a childhood hero to me. So every fucking story about Hulk Hogan and McMahon and fucking everything, like, that's my like whole childhood. And it's like, it's all shit. That guy's a racist. This guy is like fucking Hulk Hogan. All we ever wanted to see was Hulk Hogan win. But in reality, it was 15 years of Hulk Hogan winning. Imagine seeing Seth Rollins win for 15 years. That shit could never happen now. Like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on a whole fucking other rant. But
no, but you're right. For him to think that NXT can take on AEW Dynamite, he's fucking nuts. He's fucking nuts.
I'm gonna take that shit over because I don't even know these wrestlers. Can't beat Adam Cole and all these other. Fuck you, bro.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing is that him thinking that his quote unquote bottom of the barrel wrestlers are going to go ahead and take over or dominate on AEW. It's not going to happen because they're not household names. Household names in AEW: Kenny Omega, fucking Bryan Daniels, fucking, you got Chris Jericho that's still fucking wrestling, you've got all these people, and there's a big possibility that Bray Wyatt may end up joining. I mean, come on. I mean, for fuck's sake,
there this week, but contract bullshit.
No, for sure, the fucking 90-day clause.
Yes.
But for fuck's sake, dude, it's like, come on, let's be fucking honest. Yeah. It's like it goes to the same thing. Like, you really think that's going to go ahead and take down another corporation or take down something else? It's like, pay what your fucking performers are due, and that's what that is. It goes back to that. Scarlett Johansson was owed X amount of dollars because her contract said A, B, C, and D. Absolutely. Okay. No one could have anticipated a pandemic. And yes, of course, a lot of people may think like, oh, she looks fucking greedy because of the whole pandemic and all this other shit. So, but Luis, go ahead. What's up, man?
Nope. Carmen.
I just because of the wrestling talk, I never really dabbled a little bit in wrestling, don't know too much of it. But on my flight home from New York, I saw one of the movies that was on.
You gain 1 point.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Gain 1 point.
Well, the movie that I saw on the way back was You Cannot Kill David Arquette, and it was a documentary following him being ridiculed for winning the title, the WCW title. And how he had to cope with it emotionally, and like after Ready to Rumble didn't do well, which I actually watched it as a kid. I enjoyed it, but it didn't age well. But it was just one of those like guilty pleasures. But it's filming him in the current day of like how he can't get work, and you'll hear him on the phone with his agent trying to get jobs. Anyway, long story short, it follows him wanting to no longer be a joke, and because the wrestling community doesn't like him. And so he goes to Mexico and he trains with luchadors. He trains with all these like, and so you see his journey of fucking training. And then he starts doing these like backyard wrestling shows and like breaks ribs. He almost dies. He gets his fucking artery punctured in his neck. Like fucking crazy shit. But then like, oh my God, I totally fucking cried on the airplane. Like I strongly recommend you to watch it. When you start to see like you're seeing him try a move fucking days in a row and he keeps fucking up and he's like, okay, one more time, and it's like this dude in his 40s and he's still doing. And then when you see like the live event and you see him land the fucking backflip, the somersault, the body slam, like, and you're seeing it but you see the work that it took for him to get there. It's like, it's fucking powerful. Even if you're not like a big wrestling fan, I think it's enjoyable for everybody. And if you are a wrestling fan, because there's a lot of well-known wrestlers that help him along the way, it is an absolute must-watch. I strongly recommend it.
Well, it's on Hulu.
I feel like Lana did the work.
It is on Hulu.
Yeah, I feel like Lana did the work, got there, and then they let her go. And then they fucking start all over with fucking Eva Marie. And like, I know that makes no sense to you guys, but like,
you know what, man? When it comes down to that.
We haven't even gotten to
to her being for the WWE bringing her back. I think that's complete horseshit because they let go of a lot of people that had more talent in their fucking pinky than Eva Marie has,
and then get upset because they're upsetting the studios. No, not even the studios. They're upsetting fucking help me. Not TNT, help me. They're upsetting USA Network and they're upsetting Fox because Vince still thinks that you're gonna be happy with anything I do. But these fucking people have done the research, and I'm going to give you a $2 billion contract because I expect these people to put on a show. When you start letting go of people, that's not the contract that I hired you for. When you feel like Ricochet, who's amazing, that you could fucking build your whole shit on tomorrow, you still see as fucking Brian Christopher as Scotty Too Hottie or a fucking like you're stuck in your ways when these people are building, like they're paying you billions of dollars to say this is what we had. Sorry, again, Comix trivia. You guys have Carmen and Andreas have the lead. Carmen and Andreas.
I thought we were tied.
We were, but she got another point.
But
I got a point
for Wheel of Death.
Yep.
Stupid.
So do you want
don't be
question
angry
one or
about
two?
it.
Question 1 or 2?
2.
2. All right. So this question has been brought to us by Luis appointed general, which we have not said general to all of us.
Who was the only superhero that was a member of both the Justice League and the Avengers?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
I have no idea.
5. Just give a guess. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Silver Surfer.
What?
Oh, I was totally wrong.
It was Hawkeye.
Did you say Hawkeye?
I did, but you said something Christopher.
Silver Surfer, she said.
Sure.
All right.
Hawkeye, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
You said
It's cool.
Comics trivia.
Which DC Comics character was Stan Lee's favorite?
Oh shit.
Read it again or no?
No, no need, but I don't fucking know. Stefan, you got one?
9.
Captain
8.
Marvel.
I'm gonna give a guess that it's Batman. What?
I'm gonna go ahead and I have Captain Marvel and Batman. Which guys?
You go with.
You have to
go with
stick
yours.
between the two. Which one do you guys want?
We'll take yours this one, because I genuinely don't know. It's just a guess.
Captain Marvel. Then.
Captain Marvel. Final answer.
Both are wrong, and that's Lobo, which makes
Oh.
you guys still have the points because that's
Lobo.
what you guys won last time. Let's go into the next game so that we can just move on. Name 5. So, Carmen, you guys have the lead. Do you guys want question 1 or 2?
One this time.
1.
I guess.
All right.
Hi, this is Melissa, and the first question I have for Comics Podcast is to name 5 movies that Mel Gibson directed.
10,
Oh, the Aztec movie.
9,
The
8,
Mayans.
Apocalypto.
The Mayans.
Apocalypto.
7,
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ.
8, no, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Braveheart.
Don't think so.
He
2,
directed that.
1. Okay. It's Apocalypto, but I'm going to give it to you.
I said
said
Apocalypto.
Andres said it.
No,
Andres said it.
I already gave it to you. Can't argue.
Oh,
But
okay.
I-
Oh, excuse me.
I don't
Team
think
Sith,
it'd be expected.
a Team Sith. Name
Wow.
name.
So
You guys
Passion,
gonna hate that you
the
chose
Passion film he directed.
He did.
Thank
one.
you.
No, I gave you guys 2 points.
I was asking legitimately. I didn't hear you.
No, I give 2 points. Number 2. You guys are gonna hate that you guys did pick 2. All right, and this game was brought to you by Melissa, which will be brought up later.
The second question is to name 5 movies that were either a trilogy or more.
A trilogy or more?
Batman.
9,
Star Wars.
8,
Terminator.
7,
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
5.
Jurassic Park.
Transporter.
Oh, you already started one. All right, so you guys have the now it's 2-2. So we're on game 3. Let's keep going so that we can get to the other stuff later.
Mhm.
All right, this game is being brought by Marcus. We're at 2-2. Tie goes to the runner,
Marcus.
Carmen and Andres. This game was called movie quotes. Do you want 1 or 2?
Go ahead, Andres.
2.
This is Marcus, aka Heavyweight. What movie is this from? Some people are worth melting for.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Oh my God! Wait! It's a snowman. It's a fucking snowman.
2,
Let it go. The Disney movie.
1.
Frozen.
You had it on 1, and you have the point.
Ooh.
You had it on 1 because I was really All right.
Sorry. Yeah, I appreciate you slowed down your counting because you knew I was trying to get
Dude,
it.
What you
My
do
brain never would have gone there.
as a
Good
host
job.
is you put
Good
me
job.
on blast for giving you the. All right, do it.
Thanking
All right,
you.
so movie quotes.
This is Marcus, aka Heavyweight. Hey, what movie quote is this from? It's just a flesh wound.
Brought to you
Monty
by Marcus.
Python. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Boom. You guys are tie again. It's gonna be a good game because it might be brought to the point of we're on
return.
the last
Oh.
on the last game. That's a fucking 80s disco song. I know that we're at 11:14 for everybody on fucking blah 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 time, but I did my best. We are at a tie score, which if there's a tiebreaker, meaning you guys both have it, there is a tiebreaker. So Henry Cavill would like to play the Bond villain rather than 007.
Ooh.
Nobody has a problem with that, right?
Hell
No.
no.
He
Right.
was. Did anybody see him as the villain in Mission Impossible?
Yes. He
I liked
fucking
it.
Amazing.
I liked it. Yeah.
In what?
I was Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Was it
Uh,
Rogue Nation? Was that it?
No, I don't. Ghost. No, I think it was Rogue Nation. Actually, yeah. I was such a sucker for that scene where he reloads his arms like before fight. Like it was so cheesy, but it was just so bad. Like that fight scene lasted fucking forever.
It was a dope fight scene. It really
was
was.
a really good fight scene. But yeah. So
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. Ever since that ended up happening, everyone fucking reloads their arms right before the fight.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Did you just reload your fucking arms? Fuck you, man.
I'm ready now. Yeah, no, it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So pre that movie and pre-married and pre even meeting Diana, do you remember when we saw a hot chick? Ghost Protocol?
Hot chick. Oh, when we saw
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol.
That was years ago. There was one night. It was one night, and I think it was way before I met my wife. Way before I went. I ended up meeting my wife.
I like
She
how
listens
you
to
keep
the show.
prefacing
Wait.
that. I didn't even know she existed.
Ash hit me up. Ash hit me up, and he goes, "Hey man, you want to go watch a movie?" And I think it was like 9:00 at night already. And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go. Let's fucking go." And he goes, "All right, cool. Where do you want to go?" And I'm like, "I don't care, wherever." He goes, "All right, well, I'll drive to you." I'm like, "All right." So we went to the Point Hills Mall. And he goes, "Do you want to watch Ghost Protocol?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's watch Ghost Protocol." I told him I'll pick up the tickets. Don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and go. And he's like, "All right." Fucking went to go see Ghost Protocol. That movie was the fucking shit because we watched it. I think it was like 11:00 at night. And that movie was the fucking shit.
There was like 9 chicks before we even got in, like Ghost Protocol, Ghost Protocol.
Yeah. It was just like, yeah. And that's what we were saying. Whenever we saw a hot chick, we were just like, Ghost Protocol. Hey, Ash, over there. 10:00, Ghost Protocol, Ghost Protocol.
Sorry. That's so funny. Like just little things that make us us. So I think obviously other than Superman, because of The Witcher, my eyes are open to everything he can play. I kind of feel like Cavill is very well. I know him as Cavill because like we text, but he's such a give him the franchise.
Yeah.
That like I'd rather play this to not be another franchise that I have to. You know what I mean? Like Tom Cruise is like 9 franchises. Like just he's more like, okay, well here's where I would be stuck if you give me 27 franchises.
No, for sure. If you want to see a very young Henry Cavill, watch the movie The Immortals. He was in that movie The Immortals, the Greek god movie. Watch that movie. He is very young Henry Cavill. So anyone that's listening, if you want to see a very young Henry Cavill, pre-Superman, where he's actually he's fit in the movie, but he's not like
Both
Superman buff.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty thin and lanky. Watch the movie The Immortals.
Okay. Everybody went. I have a 3-fer. So I'm gonna ask a 3-fer. So you answer all 3. 1, going with the 7 because he just left off. Thor Dark World director wants a Snyder cut. 2, Henry, I'm sorry, I always said Henry Cavill. Mark Hamill is impressed with the prequels, says they have their own art, they have their own identity.
Okay.
And then this is, I'm not going to involve the third one because the third one is the conversation. So, Dark World, does it deserve a fucking Snyder cut?
I think so.
No.
You think so?
I think so.
Do you think there was like maybe a lot of like you know what's crazy?
I think Dark World was very choppy. And like it was kind of like, you know, squeezed together, if I will say so. You know, so yeah, I think it deserves a Snyder cut.
Yeah, because even in the what if in the Thor world, like when you saw Loki at like full on fucking ogre, like it was kind of like it threw me off, but hearing his voice was like my center, like it was like
for sure.
Yeah. And Mark Hamill being impressed by the prequels.
There's the prequels. I like the prequels. I never disliked the prequels. They stand alone for themselves. You know, there are certain things that I do like, and there's other things that I don't like from the prequels. But overall, I will sit down and I will watch the prequels. There's other people in my household that feel otherwise. But as far as the prequels, I know, right? As far as the prequels go, I enjoy them. I like them. Yeah. I think if you set aside Hayden Christensen's acting, you know, and you understand the story of Anakin Skywalker becoming Vader, it is a heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching story. I mean, let's be honest, you know, I feel it really is. So
what girl would stand by you after you said, I slaughtered the younglings? Like, okay.
No, but of course, but you need to see that he was manipulated in doing so.
I understand, but I'm saying, like, okay, I understand. I was agreeing with you, but somehow we disagreed, but I agree with you.
Okay.
Luis, is your cat giving you a head? What is your feeling on the Thor Dark World and Henry Cavill? Don't bring his head up like
Mark Hamill. Not Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill and Mark Hamill. No, talking about that. Sorry. Thor Dark World and Henry Cavill.
I know.
God damn you.
Mark Hamill.
Thank you.
Got it. I got it.
It's the bill. It's
first
the bill.
question. For the first question.
And I didn't even drink as much as I usually do.
First question, no, I don't think it needs a Snyder cut because I don't think everything needs an extended cut. I know Ayer is pushing for it, but I don't think it's necessary. Same with Dark World. If it gets said what it needed to say, I feel that Endgame did a good job of tying up some of Dark World because it kind of like segued, so like kind of show a different perspective. Regarding Mark Hamill,
I think it did a good job of even making Loki not a good guy, but at least the little sprinkle of not being a dick.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, much agreed. And then the second piece of that of the Mark Hamill thinking it's its own thing, I would agree. Yeah.
Okay. Andreas?
Yes.
What do you feel about that?
I'm kind of of two minds of the Thor: The Dark World.
How cold is it in your place? You can set the temperature.
Nobody even noticed. Why did you have to?
I noticed it.
Oh,
you're mad
God.
tripping. Has it kicked in? What are you doing right now? Sorry, I'm talking to Carmen. Carmen, you know I'm talking to you, but you stay quiet because you know it's fucking me over. I'm sorry, Andreas, go ahead.
Okay. Like I was saying, I'm of two minds of it. Yeah, not every fucking movie needs it, but also I would like to know what a director's true vision of the film was, and if that's not what the studio put out, and it's different from what the director shot or wanted it to be represented, then yeah, I understand it, and I would like to know what he truly wanted. But yeah, not every movie needs it, so yeah, I'm kind of conflicted.
That was a whole other movie before you wanted that, though. Maybe he didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, it's fucking nuts. Like, it's not even like the Dark World. I can't think of the third one. It's not even Thor 3 to say that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Ragnarok.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. All right. So, did everybody go? All right, good.
Yes.
So, Book of Boba Fett is coming out December 29th to stream. Let's make this another two-fer. Book of Boba Fett's coming out December 29th, and then Terry Silver is shown on the next Cobra Kai trailer, or the recent Cobra Kai trailer. We kind of all knew that's where it was heading. Fucking probably from as soon as they showed Kreese is where we knew we were going to that. The Boba Fett thing, Book of Boba Fett, I'm fucking far more interested in that could be a one and done and go back to Mandalorian, or we could go wherever we're gonna go. And I'm speaking general because again, I'm not canon and I don't know maybe the 27 books that he has, but like in the generic world, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, if it's one season, everything leads to something else. So if we do Ahsoka, if we do fucking Mandalorian, I don't feel like we're ever gonna. I'm not gonna overstep on your series. We're all gonna go into kind of like a Scarlet Witch is gonna go into this. It's gonna go into this. Like, we're never gonna kind of overstep without, and I say that respectfully. So whenever Boba Fett's done, pretty much we're gonna get Mandalorian like the next season.
Yeah.
Just so that everything could be continuous. What do we? Let's go with Carmen first. The Book of Boba Fett. I'm sorry, I didn't know you went black. The Book of Boba Fett,
but she came
29th. Yeah, I know. Book of Boba Fett 29th. What do you expect, as well as if you're not watching Cobra Kai or R, what do you expect from any of that? Or were you shocked by the inclusion of part 3 of Karate Kid? Nope. Andres, same question.
You're muted, Carmen.
Nope. No, for sure. Put the thumbs up.
No, I got it. Sorry.
You get it for sure.
No, I said I got that I was muted. I forgot. Sorry, I was having internet issues. But
Carmen,
Cobra Kai. Yes.
that's the cat that passes
know.
by. Yeah, it is.
I know, with the tail.
It's it's
But
whiskers.
he's having his moment right now.
But he's staring right at the camera like he knows. Sorry.
He's
Carmen.
like, it's my time. Cobra Kai. I don't think I remember much of the third movie, so the character that's being brought back to the season of Cobra Kai, I'm fine with it, I guess, because before I even talk about that, Boba Fett, I'm excited about it. It's in October, so it's much sooner than I expected it. I expected it probably like through the year, like December. So I'm excited for that because we're already in October as of tomorrow. So it's a couple of weeks due. And then what is the character of Cobra Kai? Sorry, guys. Can you briefly relate it back to the third movie.
So he is another Mr. Miyagi stopped training Daniel for a bit and
Right.
had to get a new master, and that was who we're seeing in the third season of Cobra Kai. But he wasn't a nice person. He was kind of training Daniel aggressively, but he was doing it as a farce to get back because he is John Kreese's friend, and he's basically the guy that put up the money for Cobra Kai. So Daniel LaRussa gets his ass beat by some of the Silver's, I guess, other Cobra Kai students at the time, and he goes back to Mr. Miyagi, who trains.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. So that's
Got it.
basically the story.
I mean, based on what you explained, and I don't know why I cannot recall the third movie off the top of my head, but
Wasn't that good?
How dare you? It was good.
You thought so? It was. It was. I mean, it was the only movie that wasn't in a competition, but I think that's the part where I got pulled out of it. Like, I don't know why my brain made it sense that, like, oh, he's good in karate competitions, but the idea that he was defending the princess or whatever the fuck, the emperor's daughter, I was like, this is a fight to the death, and he's trying. I don't know. Like, I felt empty when it was over. Like, similar to, what was it? Rocky was 5 when he fought his, like, at the big climax was where he fought his son near the trash cans, and I was like, that's it? Like, that's what I get? Like, I was empty.
I mean, I feel like then, based on what you explained, Andres, and I'm thankful that you did, it will add to the character or the storyline that we are going with, as far as, like, Cobra Kai, the Mr. Miyagi dojo, where it's like very different mentalities dealing with karate and the way that you use karate. And so this is, again, now it's like they're trying to go against what's his name? The guy that took over Cobra Kai at the end.
John Kreese.
Yeah, John Kreese. So they're going after, John Kreese, which is definitely a more aggressive style of karate, as one would say, to the death. So then bringing this other character in, which will definitely add more of that. I could see where the stakes are going to be higher, whether it's in the competition or even the fight scenes that they had, at the high school or outside of the dojo. They were great. So I think it will add a lot of depth to the characters, as far as maybe the way that they develop, because again, they're still high school kids, they're still growing up, and they're seeing their masters kind of like still have this battle between them from something that was unresolved years ago, and they're kind of being brought into it, and it's like maybe they'll get to see that perhaps all the rivalry is like unnecessary. It's just an art, it's a form of, like expressing yourself, and you don't need the aggression as far as like it's a team versus team, although it is a competition, but the aggressiveness out of it could be like put aside.
Well, it's green lit for another season before the season's ever come out, so none of that's going to be hashed out. Karate Kid 3 is the way no, not even that. I don't want to say a throwaway because it was trying to tell a different story. Karate Kid 3, as a hero of mine, Karate Kid 1, just get over the bullies and just finally win. Karate Kid 2, this is for fucking real life. Got the chick. And in part 3, he was in friend zone And then on the second part of the same movie, one by some weird Tai Chi, like something you see in the park at 5 a.m. And it was kind of like, there's no saving grace to this movie at all. And this guy beat his ass. And this girl that he didn't even win at the end was like, there was no saving grace to that movie at all. But what was great now is that they're making this new season. Daniel wasn't agreeing with Miyagi in that everything he's ever been taught, you're still teaching me this, but I'm getting my ass beat every day by this guy who's just aggressive. And it's like Johnny went to a point, but this guy is like, he's gonna fucking beat my ass. Mm-hmm. And like Miyagi was like, everything's about honor, and we got this and we're like that, like, and the new guy, the new bad guy, was just beating his ass. But what was great is the guy that Daniel went to was also Cobra Kai. So that's the whole link in to where Daniel went to the one person that, at least he didn't know, because it was like, well, he knew it was Cobra Kai, but he thought it was going to be like Cobra Kai, the new direction, which is also Hawk's thing. We're going to go a new direction, or even Miguel's thing, a new direction. Just, we're going to be good, Cobra Kai. And it's never going to be good. You're just going to go always the worst. So it's kind of like little bits of what everything Daniel went through to go even deeper than that. I'm not a parent, but as a parent, when a kid says, you don't know how I'm feeling, and you fucking dealt with that when you were 13, 14, 15, like, they don't think that you know that you went through that shit. And just because it wasn't the same era, mm-hmm. You were offered drugs. You were, hey, let's go fucking do this. Hey, let's go fucking blah, blah, blah. And mm-hmm. just everything that we could have gone through, the next generation thinks that we have no idea because we're old.
Yeah.
That's just, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking Daniel was like, no, you never been through that shit. Fuck you. Even up to part 3 mm-hmm. was like saying that shit. Like, no, Miyagi was like, I did, bro. Like, and gave you instances, mm-hmm. fucking cried to you about how my fucking wife lost her kid, our mm-hmm. kid, everything, just gave you everything. And just, even if, that's why part 3 never made sense to me. But Terry Silver is very much anticipated because we got Kreese.
Right.
Because we got Kreese, and because Kreese never turned good. Mm-hmm. Like, now we're waiting for the ultimate bad, because Terry Silver laughed at you bleeding while you were bleeding, looked at you dead in the eye, mm-hmm. laughing. Where Kreese is more like cerebral with his shit. Like, no, just do this. No, you're good, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna fuck you over in the end. But mm-hmm. Terry Silver, like, I'm fucking you over, and you don't even know it, and I'm mm-hmm. laughing in your face. Like, that's how Terry Silver was. Mm-hmm. So I'm going everywhere with that. But so it's a good build, and I'm more interested in the next season, because if they don't go fucking Karate Kid 4, which I don't even remember the bad guy, because I feel like it's a female, which could be good for fucking.
Wait, Karate Kid 4. You mean the next Karate Kid? 4. That one, the next Karate Kid with what's her face? But that one didn't have Danielson, so I don't think they.
No, it didn't. But just to round out the world, and mm-hmm. then a lot of the.
Oh my god, that was Hillary Swank, right? Hillary
mm-hmm.
Swank.
It was Hillary Swank. But to round out the world,
yeah,
and then for sure you have somewhere to go.
That would be actually okay. Now I was about to shit on your idea, but how cool would that be as a cameo at the very, very end of like there was somebody else that was trained under Miss Miyagi and then end.
It's very
Possible.
Sun. When I use the quotes, it's very sun to sun, and it's been very building to my daughter versus this Tori character who we don't know who the parents are, which we will probably find out who the parents of Tori is, and then which is leading very much towards my daughter could have a storyline after this.
Yeah.
Because where do we go after Miguel? Like, it could very well be whatever they're very much building up a Marvel world without it being a Marvel. It's all happenstance and all coincidence. I only have one more game, and you fucker.
Wait.
No, the only reason you win is because Andreas wasn't on. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
All right.
But one thing
Does that make sense though?
It does. One thing I wanted to say before we move on to the next thing is
we only have one more game and one more question.
I'm gonna preface this with this was not my choosing. My girlfriend Dana, again, not me. My girlfriend Dana watches Dancing with the Stars. And in Dancing with the Stars,
with Miss
Kreese is one of the stars dancing.
Kreese?
Kreese, the Sensei Kreese, the actor. If you want to lose respect for someone faster,
Jesus,
watch it. Because in watching it, like I was fucking playing on my phone and I looked up and I'm like, that's the guy from Cobra Kai. She's like, yeah.
He can't move.
And first of all, it showed his age because he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
And so like he's like barely moving. And I'm like,
he can't move in his own show.
But it's like, but they film it in such a way where he still looks like a badass. He still looks like he can do shit, or at least that's the way I envisioned it. That's the way I see. That's the way I saw it. And so seeing him like not dance well, I was like, you're the villain. Like
they should have got Johnny.
Just push you over. Like you'll.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the end of my story.
They should have got the people that could still move, like either Daniel, which is real stiff, but Johnny is like the guy that could.
Actually,
you've been
yeah.
Can't remember his real name. Anybody?
Anyway, no, I don't either.
All right, so last game.
Billy
last
Zap.
game and then last subject. All right. Are we still at a tie? That is
We're still at a tie.
We're at a tie.
All right. This game is brought to you by Vanessa. I'm going to go ahead and still say that Carmen and Andres still have the lead. Right? So do you want lyric 1 or lyric A or lyric B?
Carmen.
B.
Okay. So B, you either name the band that sang this song or finish the lyric. You guys ready? You have 10 seconds. You guys ready, please?
Right. Go ahead.
Looking down the barrel of a looking down the barrel of a hot metal 45. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
We don't have it.
We don't.
5. You don't have it?
No.
Okay, so if I'll say the whole thing, and I'll be half a point, just in case they don't get it. Looking down the barrel of a hot 45. I'm saying it wrong. Looking down the barrel of a hot metal 45, just another way to survive. Nope. Danny California, Red Hot Chili Peppers. All right. Team Sith, finish the lyric by Vanessa. I wanted more than life could ever grant me. finish the lyric.
Honestly, dude, I don't know.
Same.
Same.
Mhm.
So then I'll just go 5, 4. Okay, I'll
2,
just say the whole thing, and then you just say the band then. I
Okay.
wanted more than life could ever grant me, bored by the chance of saving face.
I got
Morrissey?
nothing.
We're at a tie. We are at a tie. So then I do have a tiebreaker. Thank you,
Well,
Vanessa.
Esteban guessed Morrissey. Is it?
It's not Morrissey.
Oh,
Okay.
It is Smashing Pumpkins
Mm.
today. Today by Smashing Pumpkins and Team Rebellion. Yours. Oh, I already said Dan California Red Hot Chili Peppers. So the last thing that we have today, and then we'll go into the tiebreaker, and then we are done for the night. Thank you guys. What's sad that I did try to pull I did try to pull an Andreas, and I really wanted this to be like maybe an hour and a half. And thank you guys.
Fail.
Jams. Did you guys hear Jams?
I did.
Please tell me you heard Jams. James McAvoy would like to return for X-Men pending a good script.
So he won't be coming back. Got it.
I do feel like it could be kind
Kidding,
of
kidding.
one,
Jokes.
it's amazing that Andrew Garfield is still saying like, I'm not in it. And I kind of feel like I'm kind of hoping that he's going anti, because if he's really not in it, it's one of those things where like
He wasn't invited.
Adam Cole
to the
saying
Cool
like,
Kids
I'm
suit.
not. Oh, no, not Adam Cole. Who would you guys know? It's like The Rock going, I'm not going to show up at Survivor Series. I'm going to go show up at WrestleMania. But everything says you're showing up here. So then when you don't show up here, everybody shits on the fucking whole pay-per-view. But I told you the entire time I'm not going to that episode. Only Andreas and Esteban probably knows. But when people expect it, it becomes truth. Like it's been said so many times, it becomes like truth. Now we all know that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to do one last show. Captain America is going to be in the next What If. Like as Chris Evans is going to be in the next What If. It's been said so many times where now it's going to be a letdown, because clearly only studios and Chris Evans knows like, I'm not going to be in the next one. And I've told you to your face, but the legend has grown to where. So James McAvoy says, but as long as you have somewhere to go, I think James McAvoy is going to say yes. As long as you link to every fucking movie I fucking did, because I had 9 Wolverines, I had fucking 8 Gambits, I had like, as long as you make my shit make sense, that could be my little tag to make everything I made relevant. Esteban. Does that make sense though? Everything I said?
Yeah. I mean,
my shit
it'd be cool to see him come back, but I think I kind of want to see a fresh start for the X-Men. So if I was the one casting, I'd probably cast Mark Strong as Professor Xavier.
Mark Strong
was the main villain in
Kick-Ass?
Green Lantern. He was also in Kingsman. He was also in Kick-Ass. He was the villain in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the villain in Shazam.
I can't not see him as a bad guy though, but that would be cool. Finally, that would break him out.
I think he'd be a pretty dope Professor Xavier.
I see him more as Magneto only because of past, but again, that'd be great to just break him out. And even if you do something where like he's a little shady only because, you know, when the mutants wanted to become their own thing and just don't judge us, there's a little bit of Magneto in him.
Right. No, for sure. I mean, I think Mark Strong would be an amazing Professor X. But I mean, would I want to see James McAvoy again as Professor X? Yeah, sure. Why not? I think he played a fantastic Professor X, you know? So we'll see.
Okay. Luis.
If he comes back, great. If he doesn't, also great. Not that I didn't like him. It was just more of a. I at this point I have faith in what Marvel does with how they introduce these characters. So looking
Luis,
forward to seeing how that happens.
Yeah. So I don't mean to cut you off, but doesn't it seem like, okay, we've seen the Fox universe, we've seen that universe already. Okay. Isn't it refreshing to see just kind of like who can also play these roles?
Absolutely. No.
Like, don't get me wrong, like Hugh Jackman was a phenomenal Logan. He was a phenomenal Wolverine, but I'd love to see someone else take on the role, take on the claws.
That one holds different though for me personally.
1 second. Okay. Can I butt in?
Yeah.
There is a thing where we want to envision somebody that's already established, where even look at Tom Holland. Tom Holland is fucking perfection as Spider-Man. He was in English stuff. He was in I didn't know that actor. There's so many people in English stuff and just different country stuff that absolutely fit the bill, but we're looking for, that guy was in fucking that guy was in The Wire. That guy was in fucking Breaking Bad. We're limited to what we think we want, and then not Colin Farrell. Colin, who helped out the Kingsman? Something. Right?
Colin. Fuck, what's his name?
Right, Colin something.
Yeah, go on. I'll find his name.
Put him in a bald cap. Yeah, he has the right amount of "I'll kick your ass," and still, I care for you immensely. But he's a guy that's training people to kill other people.
Colin Firth.
Yeah. And he was in Bridget Jones' Diaries. But in the next movie, he's fucking slaughtering everybody in the fucking room with an umbrella. You know what I mean? There's just whether we want to say as Americans, whether we want to say, there's people that we wouldn't think. There was a day where we wouldn't think Anthony Hopkins would ever do a comic book movie. But you set it up right. You do hey, you're in 2 movies, you're in 3 movies. You may do a fucking 8th, but not an 8th movie, but you may be down the line if you're available. There's just where we are in these movies is what we can't fathom, and that's what is amazing. When somebody's done 2 movies and says I won't do a comic book movie, I say fuck you, because Henry Cavill's saying no to franchises on a comic book movie. No matter what he's ever done, he's saying no to franchises on a comic book movie. Ben Affleck is deciding if he wants to be Batman or not on a comic book movie. Just homie, I'd love for him. I feel like our compromise is going to be, I'm going to be Batman one more time and then deal with Keaton and deal with Pattinson. But I dreaded the day that I was going to see, because I expected Ben Affleck, hey, fucking, I'm George Clooney, I'm Batman. But Ben Affleck did it because he's a fucking nerd. He's Matt Damon is dick and fart jokes, but Born Identity is a fucking amazing, just killing people with a newspaper. It's amazing. The greatest thing about nerds is that we deal with shit as if it's real, and we give it the credence that it fucking needs. That's why Mike Hamill's amazing as the Joker, and he hasn't done anything since the fucking 70s. and is the Joker is this. He's the trickster. No, don't fucking start shit. I'm saying he has a whole second other life as a voice because he takes things serious. It doesn't matter if I was Mark Hamill there, because Mark Hamill's not Tom Hardy. He's not Anthony Hopkins. Just he is what he is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, through voice acting, Mark Hamill was the Jedi we needed when he needed to give his life up for this Jedi. Like he had, there's no way that Return of the Jedi, Mark Hamill, could be the same as this person. Does that make sense?
Yep.
There was a journey there that we never saw, which if they do that with Sebastian, when I do that, I'm not disregarding that. I'm saying if they happen to do that because they look alike, but I don't need it because I feel like everything he's ever gone through, and I kind of feel like when he saved, I can't think of his name, so I'm gonna say Baby Yoda amongst everybody.
Grogu.
Like that was kind of our little Grogu. That was kind of our little, what you want, you get. So I don't know. It kind of all makes sense, and I kind of love it. Andreas is signed off.
No, I'm here. Sorry, gotta go to the restroom.
It's all good. So our last thing of the day. We were stalling that whole time for you because I didn't know if you were done or not.
Sorry, my apologies.
No, it's all good. It's my fault. All right, so the last of the last. Let's go into one last thing because I'm gonna stall. Esteban.
Yo.
This is I promise this is our last thing. Do we hope sooner or later in Cobra Kai, we need to go into original stories and not hope for, oh, we involved somebody from this other movie. And that's the only way I could see, like, if you go to part 4, that's your only, like, pull the ripcord.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, it's not going to be Daniel's son and fucking Johnny. Sooner or later, it's going to be the CW. It's going to be about the kids.
Right.
We're going to lose the touchstone that we have. And I feel like the studio knows the torch isn't passed. That's why it's kind of like it's 2 episodes about Johnny and Daniel, and then it's like 9 episodes. There's little touchstones about like, okay, so you're not interested in that, but sooner or later it's gonna go to that, and I feel like that's when it's gonna be like done. Because you got Us, which is fucking beautiful, because it's the kids are now watching because of how hot the girl is, or how hot Johnny's kid is, or Daniel's kid is, whatever the fuck they're watching for. Sooner or later, they're gonna try to go Vampire Diaries, and that's where they're gonna lose everybody, and then they're gonna wonder why. Like that's the fucking show that you're watching the show with your kid with. You know what I mean? Like because like, oh, Daniel's doing this. Oh, but Daniel's kid's doing this. Like so they have to figure out a way, because in reality, this is the season where the bad guy is working, the bully is working with the good guy, with our childhood. So where are we going from this? Where do you think we're going from this?
It's a really good question, and I don't think I'm the person to ask that question, because I don't give a shit about Cobra Kai.
Oh, you're not, because you think it's all fucking childish and 80s. Yeah, my bad, Carmen.
I think that they're just trying to build the young characters so that they can stand alone, as you said, going forward in their own show without having the. I don't want to call them old characters because then that ages us, and
damn!
that's exactly why I said I didn't want to call them the old characters.
I'm the reason. I'm the reason.
You are.
You're always the reason, but
All right, I'll tell you this: Team Rebellion.
Easy Huber
If you win, I will take a shot. If Team Sith wins, I don't take a shot. But Andreas has to take one shot because he's anti. So it's a anti.
What?
What?
No. The next game that we're gonna play.
Then other people
It's a team break. It's a tiebreaker.
Oh.
It's a team breaker.
It's a team and tiebreaker.
It's a team tiebreaker. You guys are at 2-2.
Okay, what's the tiebreaker?
All right. So the team tiebreaker is going to be you're gonna hate/love me as I'm stalling for time because I'm bringing up the playlists.
God damn it. Songs never come out well on your mic. We've been through this.
No, I'm gonna do it 5 seconds at a time.
Oh god.
So no, we've done this.
We have done this, but remember how the mic it starts to calibrate when you start playing music, so we only hear like the first second, and you'll be playing it for like 10 seconds, but we won't hear any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because this is why. This is the first time we've ever brought it up.
No, it is not.
No, I know it's not.
Okay,
no, it's not, but it's funny.
You're making a joke. Got it.
See this. That's why Marcus has brought that up. You can't see my screen, can you?
Yeah, we're looking at you.
You're looking at me or my screen?
I'm looking at you. Your face.
Oh, still playing with my phone. Why? That's funny. Hi. No. I'm laughing.
Listeners are just
I didn't
dropping
expect
off. Listeners are dropping off like flies. They're not getting this together.
It's a tiebreaker.
Just kind of curious why you would try to test something on the show when you could have tested it prior to the show.
It's a fucking tiebreaker. One, you usually lose, so we're good. So
suck my dick, bitch.
Never.
Very aggressive.
All right, so let's do that. Nope, still not happening. All right.
Still looking at your face.
No, I understand. Fuck you.
Okay, but can you please play us a song? Is
yes, we're still looking at your face.
Rebellion? Is it Team Seth?
No, hold on. Is it? All right. It's weird that that's not happening because again. But again. All right. So. Nope. That didn't work. All right. So. All right. All right. It's funny because this is like the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So
funny.
For anybody that's still listening,
it's funny that you're not happy, but I did not stall one time today. This is all my life. I did not stall one time today. You guys ranted.
Oh, so it's our fault?
Okay. We ranted. Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm still making it happen,
bro.
Yep. I'm still making it happen through my phone.
Can we clip this for the podcast?
No, shut up.
I'm
Hey,
just
when
trying
you
to.
hosted, we fucking no, fuck you. I had your
No,
back
fuck
up
you.
until we.
I get my shit
Oh.
done, son.
I'm trying to make. Luis, nope.
No,
What
fuck
did I do?
you.
I've been quiet. I've been supportive. I taught you what a fleshlight was.
Oh, that's
today.
why.
You're the one that thought it had a fucking battery in it and you could turn it on. Shut the fuck up.
It's true. I thought it was a legit flashlight.
Everyone, whoever
slash
wants to
fuck sleeve.
go ahead and start a GoFundMe for Ash and a fleshlight, please let us know.
No.
You,
Right.
but get them like the monster ones, like the not that look real, like the alien vagina or something.
Yeah,
Oh, I
just
thought
get
you
him one of
meant
those.
monster ones because of his big dong. You're saying monster as in to fuck like an octopus or
Didn't help.
something. Got
They
it.
have like mythical creature stuff.
No.
Get him Nessie, the Loch
Unicorn.
Ness monster.
Nessie. Deep
So you
throat
can get-
Nessie. Got it. That's gross.
Like a mermaid vagina.
There you go. Got that fishy smell to it.
Mergina.
Oh. Okay, what's the
None of this is
tiebreaker?
good. All right,
Are
so
we ready?
yeah, we're ready.
All
We
right.
ready.
Auga.
Are you
But here's how that happens.
Here's
So-
how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Here's that how what
Wow.
I hear it, and I understand it. I honestly swear to God, I did not know this was gonna go to a tiebreaker, but in my internalness is like fucking amazing. And then it's our 1 year anniversary, but like we cannot not be drunk on our 1 year anniversary.
I don't know what
So-
this wheat business is about. I think you are drunk,
stop
sir.
giving- once you stop having your cat give you head on camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this because here's the thing. Everything comes out through this, and that's you guys. I can't separate that on camera because we haven't worked all that shit out. And this is the first time that's
all that shit out.
all right. So
Got it.
all right.
All right. Who's going? You're playing the song. Whose turn is it? Ours?
I love the fact that he's holding the phone to the microphone when the speaker is going to be the one that's
All of this.
has the
All of
music.
it. What's happening? Can you not hear it?
No.
No,
Okay.
none-
It,
Hear any-
look, we hear the first note, but your microphone calibrates, so then it tunes it out, so we can't hear it afterwards.
That was day one.
Your day one.
Help me, help you.
I tried to help you at the very beginning of this, and I told you it's not going to work, and
All
you're
right.
still trying.
Nothing, man.
All right. So okay, I will work this out in my head. All right.
How about we just spin the wheel?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It could be a tiebreaker or not. I mean,
If it's not a
Whatever.
tiebreaker, if it's not a
Mhm.
tiebreaker, all right. So it's okay. If it's not a tiebreaker, I said that 5 times because I'm
Yep.
trying to figure out what I'm going to say.
we will be in the same
If it's not a
team this
tiebreaker,
time,
then
and
you
then
and I have
we'll
to
go
take a
from
shot.
there.
If
Okay.
it's not a tiebreaker, then you
Who
and I
is
have to take
taking
a
a
shot.
shot?
You, because you called it out. You can't call out shit and then fucking walk away. No, you
Sure.
have to
Okay.
fucking-
Or fine.
No,
Okay.
no,
let's
no.
go.
Oh,
Let's do it.
No,
Let's do
you
it.
are. You can't be Andreas annoyed. You have to be
I
like
didn't
fucking
do
no
anything.
call out shit.
Fuck.
He's been the most.
Here
He's
with a
been the
smile
most
on my
innocent.
face.
Teams switch points, which doesn't help us whatsoever. All right. Esteban,
Yeah.
ready?
Go.
Esteban, stop yourself. Like, make it good though. Make it nice.
Oh, he took his
Oh, he's
glasses
taking
off.
off his glasses. It's not gonna be nice. Yeah. Don't spit on your hand
Did he
because I
spit
know
on
what
it?
you're doing.
Gross.
Yeah. Make it nice. Like, call me Shirley. All right. Oh, opposite. Oh, well, opposite takes silly dancing drink. Again, we're at a tie, so it doesn't make any sense. Everyone takes a shot. Come on. Come
I
on.
finished with my alcohol.
That's what it says. That's what it says. And we have
If we
viewers.
we all whatever take the shot.
If
is
we all
this
take
how
a
we
shot-
end the episode?
Yes.
I think that we ended
Yes.
at a tie. Our
We
only
ended a
ever
tie. I agree. No, Esteban's fucking holding up a fucking fistful of nothing.
Wait, give
If
me
we-
a sec.
No, that's a good shit. That's a good whatever, cha-cha-cha. I have nothing.
Bro.
That's a good way at our
Look.
at our.
It's right here.
Hey,
Okay.
you bastard! Some of us have to work in the morning.
I know. You
Hey,
dick.
I tried to end this shit at 10:30.
Guess
I don't
I'm
give a
five.
fuck.
You
I
fucking
did.
liar.
I
Shut
don't believe
up.
you.
I had to try to end it at 10:30.
We started at 10:30.
10:30. We're like starting
There's
on the
gonna be
podcast.
evidence of me trying to end it. But you know what? To be honest with you guys, we've done a fucking year. To be on and we've all dealt with our own shit.
Yeah, baby.
And
Are we ready?
there's times where like me and Andres didn't get along, and definitely there's times where
Andres
Luis-
is like, when the fuck did we get along?
Luis, listen to what I'm gonna say. There's times definitely where Luis and I didn't get along.
That's
But-
true.
Luis is like, when the
We-
fuck didn't we get
No,
along?
that happened a lot.
Lasted a year, and this is the perfect combination. And us being a year with every single thing that we're doing,
Mhm.
and keep adding to everything that we're doing. But Luis, stop being a bitch. Yeah,
Have a drink.
no, stop being a bitch, bro. Fucking, I love you guys to another year because it's gonna be bigger and better.
Season
love
2,
you guys.
baby.
Season 2. That's cute. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
This has been Comics. We tried to end early. Didn't
Uh,
happen.
No, I have a rebuttal. I'm not done.
No.
I say your words.
Yeah, no.
First of all, I've never ever had a bad discussion with you where I was being serious. All the shit I do is for the show. That's not how I feel in general. So if you think
No.
I'm serious or annoyed most of the time, it's for the show.
But that's the joke, though.
We need foils for the show. It can't be all kumbaya and shit.
I'm
Heck
an
yeah.
only child. You
If
could
you-
never be more spoiled than me.
Or if anybody thinks I'm being serious, they don't know me well. That's why Esteban there is laughing. Is like, what the fuck? Because he does know me, or Carmen over there as well. 'Cause she does know me. So I am never being serious on the show. I'm not annoyed. I am enjoying myself, and I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. So to you all, I enjoy this. So if I talk shit, it's for the show. If
And
I
it's all a lot of
grumpy,
love.
it's for the show.
Chris, I love you, bro. Like, it's not good.
Good. Thank
Here's
you.
to another year and what's to come.
So
Wait,
you and I,
like a full year? No, I'm just kidding.